Good morning, sir. Sir, please unmute. Sir, please unmute yourself. Yes. Sir, Kasture also okay.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Nilesh is also over here. Sir, we're just waiting.
Madam is joining.
Yes, sir. We're just waiting a couple of minutes as per the schedule, and already 110 participants are already over there.
Very good.
Yeah, 110 already joined, and we are expecting more. Jitendra Bhai is also over there. Okay, and we have already, invited and sent our invitation to, this thing, apart from the Morbi Ceramic Association, we have sent to Panchal Association, ICTAS, Indian, All India Pottery Manufacturer Association, Indian Ceramic Society, Indian Refractory Makers Association, that means IRMA, and also the 𝐒𝐀𝐏𝐄𝐈𝐋 Pottery Manufacturer Association. We hope that, obviously, the participants from all those associations will join with us. Okay, so, I believe.
Whether
Yeah.
JS Madam is joining?
Sir, Nilesh ji already communicated her, but unfortunately, ma'am का father का थोड़ा issues है. She has taken her father to the hospital.
Oh.
And that's why, this thing. She has, conveyed her best wishes to us and also asked for the, this thing, outcome report of the event to submit to the ministry. Actually, that's why he was willing. She was willing to join in this session, but could not because of this issue or sort of things. She needs to take her father to the hospital. Okay, this is the scenario. And before starting, I would like to request all the participants after the meeting of the session, without since ministry also sought, this sort of things. Do not forget to drop your feedback, at least one line feedback after the session, because we need to submit the, this sort of things as requested by the JS ma'am. We need to submit this outcome report to the ministry along with your feedback. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So
good. So how many participants?
Sir, sharp at 10:10 will, we'll start. 120 participants already as of now. I can see 121 participants. More are joining over here. I'm giving the reminder also to the group. Okay.
Okay. Can you tell me when you should start?
Sure, sir. Sharp at 10:10 will start, sir. Just 5 minutes more, sir.
Our main speaker is Mr. Sudhakar Kasture.
Sir, Sudhakar sir is there over here. He has already. Sudhakar sir, I will. Yeah, Sudhakar sir.
Good morning. Good morning. So we will be listening to you about all these free trade agreements and all that.
Thank you, sir.
And we consider you to be the one of the authority. So it will be very useful to the members.
Yeah.
Sir, we have done, a couple of events with Kasture sir in our western region, actually. And not only that, Kasture sir, we have taken, his advice and also guidance during the time of, you can remember, during the time of submission of the RODTP, that scheme, actually, the percentage. The entire, this sort of things, so we have taken the advice from Kasture sir. Okay. And he's having 45 years, experience in the policy matter and including the FTA. Sir, I believe, Kasture sir, I believe that couple of questions I have already shared with you. Pre-registered, I believe that it is with you, sir.
No, but then you can ask them during question answer session. I'll reply.
Sure, sir. No issue. And most of the participants are, the saying, are wants to, know the other FTAs also, which are the FTAs, and focusing on the India-UK FTA.
Sure.
And especially for the, difference between the, tariff line. Okay, this is their main, this is how they can get this thing, difference of the tariff lines like that way, comparing to other countries or the region.
Yeah.
That was the major question we have received.
Sure.
So that's the thing. So.
Good morning, Nilesh bhai.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. So we are waiting for you.
सर और कुंतल जी कोई आने वाले हैं या फिर स्टार्ट करना है?
Sir, वो actually just I mean this thing, yeah, 10:06 we can start actually as per the schedule. 10:10 we are supposed to start. However, we can start with your kind permission if you want to. Yes, sir.
Shall
Should
we
we, sir?
start?
Should we, sir? Should we start?
So we are having more than 100.
Okay, no issue, sir. No issue, sir. At I mean this, 10:10 your welcome address will be started. Before that, we just want to start the meeting, sir, with your kind permission.
Okay, okay.
Shall we, sir?
Mhm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and participants, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this informative workshop seminar on maximizing benefits out of FTA, covering recently concluded India-UK FTA, as you all are aware about that. As we navigate the complex, landscape of international trade, in this scenario, understanding the benefits and opportunities of FTA is crucial for all the businesses, policymakers, and all the stakeholders. As you know, we have already shared with our circular the program schedule. Still, I just want to update you over the next 3 hours till 1:30. We will learn all about FTA, not only for the UK FTA and the benefits, what is the FTA and everything, and we have shared that detailed agenda, what should be covered by our honored speaker, Sudhakar Kasture sir. We all about we will learn all about the FTA and the best practices to maximize benefits out of FTA. And we will learn from Sri Sudhakar Kasture sir, who is a leading consultant in international trade since last 45 years. He's a renowned consultant and advisor to many national and multinational corporations, commercial banks, export promotion councils, and many more. So let's start with the welcome address from Sri Sameer Kumar Ghosh, Chairman, Ceramics and All India Ceramics and Allied Products, including refractory materials panel of CAPEXIL. So with this, setting the tone of today's seminar, informative, workshop come seminar. Please mind it. It is not only the seminar or awareness program. It is like a workshop. And after the session, as Sudhakar sir shared us the PPT, we will share the PPTs to all the participants participated in this event. And must not forget, once again I repeat, must not forget to drop one line of your feedback to the chat box. And I will share my details also. I'm Kuntal Ghosh from CAPEXIL. I am the ceramic panel officer, All India. I will share my details in the chat box also. You are always welcome to get in touch with me as far as the ceramic products are concerned. Okay, so do not forget to drop a one-line feedback in the chat box. Okay, and second thing is I just want to say during the session I will request all the participants to switch on their videos because we need to take couple of screenshots also. Please keep on switch on your video and mute yourself during the session. Thank you all. Over to Go sir for welcome address.
My dear friends, this is Mr. Kasture, Sudhakar Kasture. You know, he's very well known to us, particularly the exporting fraternity. He's a Kasture founder and mentor of EXIM Institute, and also an eminent speaker. We had the occasion of listening to him many times. So it will be again our privilege, particularly on the issues of free trade agreement, and especially the recently concluded agreement with UK. So we need not tell much about him. He's a well-known figure, and the major bone of contention of our industry has been the imposition of starting reviewing of investigation of anti-dumping and safeguard duties by GCC, EU, Argentina, Indonesia, and Taiwan, Vietnam, reciprocal tariff by US, abnormal hike of freight charges, gas price, and many more, thereby bolstering the situation and aggravating the condition, especially for the ceramic industry, with adverse impact on the export front Friends, you are very well sensitized that the entire world has been passing through a severe crisis on trade and industry fronts due to global and economic meltdown, and we cannot be an exception to it. Now, friends, despite of all these odds, the silver lining is that the government is already intervening in the situation and extending their support the best possible way to support the industry to regain its glorious path. One of such initiatives of signing the trade agreements with various countries like regions like Australia, ASEAN, Japan, South Africa, Malaysia, Mauritius, UAE, recently concluded UK, and many more. Considering the gravity of the situation and the challenging ground reality, I, on behalf of the exporting fraternity, would like to point out that working in tandem with the government authorities will certainly serve as a huge benefit. As you are aware, India and UK signed landmark trade agreements, advancing a new era of economic partnership and opportunity under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. Agreement unlocks export opportunity for labor-intensive sectors, including ceramic products. This will offer unprecedented market access for Indian goods with zero duty access on 99% of the tariff items, covering nearly 100% of the trade value. The Sudhakar Kasture shall elaborate the same in detail. I am confident that in today's session will help us all to overcome the situation with our dedicated and focused approach towards export promotion activities and country-specific approach. In addition, we must try to take advantage of trade agreements signed by India as of now, targeting those countries to boost our exports, especially the UK. Once again, I express my thanks and gratitude to all the participants of today's meeting and would request them to actively discuss the issues and put forward their suggestions in this unique forum. I wish all of you a very safe and healthy time ahead. Together we can make things change, and we will. With these words, I now request, I think Mr. Kasture will take up. No? Mr. Kasture to take up and give
Sure, sir.
press.
Sure, sir. Since the ma'am is not over there from the ministry, I just want to, is there anyone from the ministry? Sir, is there anyone from the ministry? I believe no one from the ministry, I believe, because I could not find. So I would like to request Kasture sir to take his session, sir. So over to you.
Thank you so much. Good morning to all my friends. We'll be talking about free trade agreements, and I'm going to give you a comprehensive idea, not only about what was happening in the field, basic concepts, things like that, and we will also be concentrating on recently signed India-UK agreement. I would also be giving you some tips for increasing our global footprint, how to expand our exports. And most importantly, while I'll explain you all the technical terms and the basic concepts related to free trade agreements, I would specially like to emphasize, I'm also going to give you some guidelines for development of exports and some easiest way of doing certain research. So I hope this will help you understand the whole subject, and I'm sure that you will enjoy, because we'll go right from the basics. The agenda for today, we'll talk about basics of FTAs. We'll talk about tariff schedules. We'll discuss tariff schedules of few countries just to give you an understanding. We will talk about rules of origin. We will talk about how to leverage India's FTAs to boost exports to partner countries. And I'll also talk about something called pastel analysis, which is a tool to improve your global footprint. And I'll be concentrating more on exports. So in this particular session, I'm not going to touch about Carotar or the difficulties that we face in importing goods under FTAs, because this is purely concentrated on how to increase our global footprint. Now, why this is necessary? Very simple. We have a target of $1,000 billion worth of exports to be achieved by 2030. And our current level last year is 437 billion. So we have a huge quantum jump that we need to take, and we really need to improve. And therefore, there would be more concentration in the second session on how FTAs can help you improve your export, improve your global footprint. Is FTA something new? Answer is no. There are 375 FTAs across the globe. And these FTAs play an important role in global value chains. Now understand why this. Reason is very simple. If you look at the development after 1995, if you look at the development in communication and technology, and if you look at the openness of the countries to trade with each other, the concept of global value chain by 2025 is very well established. Good old days, product used to be made in one single country. Today, the product are made by taking ingredients from multiple countries, technology from multiple countries. Even if you take a very small example of the smartphone that you use, the components are sourced from 10 different countries. So FTAs help integration into global value chain. FTAs provide duty concessions or exemptions. And this is not for all items traded between two countries. It is on negotiated items. And therefore, the entire FTA system is a voluntary arrangement. There has been certain arrangements which were not reciprocal but unilateral, called Generalized System of Preferences (GSP), where developed countries used to offer duty concessions to developing countries, and developing countries also used to offer duty-free, quota-free treatment to least developed countries. This was in the 20th century. GSP continues for some countries. Particularly USA has withdrawn GSP benefit available to Indian products from 2018 onwards during Trump 1.0. And therefore, the bilateral or multilateral trade arrangements have gained very, very important significance in the 21st century. Why they are important? Because when items are negotiated, they are negotiated primarily for the purpose of market access. And this is very critical. And I would like to tell you a little more about market access. Market access primarily means you allow imports into the country. Now, we all know every country exports something, every country imports something. But when you want to find out market access, it is for those products which are of importance to you. And when you look at those products which are of importance to you, you have to consider what are the good points that you can present to the other person, to the other country, so that they give you market access. Are countries completely dependent on each other? Answer is no. Are countries completely independent of each other? Answer is again no. So we have interdependence. And that is why negotiation plays a very, very important role. To make it very simple for you in a family language, negotiations of FTA is similar to arranged marriage. In love marriage, you have very limited say, the boy and girl decide and they tell their parents that, look, this is our final decision. You say yes or you don't say no. We are still going to go ahead with this decision. But when it is arranged marriage, every family has a say. Father has a say, mother has a say, distant relatives also have a say. There are a number of issues to be discussed. So any negotiation of FTA is similar to a discussion where you are going to tie up with two families in a marriage, in an arranged marriage, like you discuss everything, you check everything. Same thing happens in this. And there is one very critical aspect that is looked by both the countries. That aspect is known as national interest. You are interested in exporting something, other person is also interested in exporting something. So you look into where you actually match. And then, depending on the importance of the market, you negotiate. The moment you use the word negotiation, you automatically understand. Negotiation means listening to somebody else, telling somebody else, both things happening simultaneously. That is why negotiations take a larger period of time. Many times it doesn't happen. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't happen. Second part, the market access, other country allowing products coming from your country, or you are allowing product coming from other country. It depends on many issues. For example, capability, what commodities, what is integration into global value chains, geopolitical relationships, trade and tariff barriers, number of issues to be considered. And duty plays the most important role for a simple reason that it reduces the landed cost of the product if exemption is available. So every free trade agreement that we negotiate necessarily looks into trade and tariff barriers, geopolitical relationships, our capabilities, their capabilities, and our national interest. Now, in 21st century, the current FTA negotiations, they are going beyond just goods. So we talk about goods, we talk about services, we talk about investments, we talk about intellectual property rights, all related issues, technology transfers, n number of things. If you look at what is currently being negotiated or whatever latest agreement we have entered into from say 2022, India, UAE, India, Australia, India, EFTA, now India, UK, our negotiations are going on with India, EU, India, US. They are comprehensive in nature. It's not just goods, it covers number of other things, and that is critically important to understand. Negotiation process is a serious activity because both countries want to push their respective agenda. Somewhere we agree, somewhere we disagree. And we have to settle these issues in a democratic, in a manner where we agree on things, because the basic word itself is agreement. Let's understand how this develops. When you start interacting with a new country where you do not have any established relationships or you do not have sizable trade, this is how the FTAs have developed over the years. The very basic part is preferential trade arrangement. What we do in preferential trade arrangement PTA, we don't reduce the duty to zero. Suppose, now let us take an example, Mercosur, a group of 4 countries, Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay and Paraguay. We do not have large scale export with these countries when this agreement was entered into. Let's say we are exporting 1,000 items to them, they are exporting another 1,000 items to us. So we agree to give concessions only on 100 items. And we call it positive list. Again, are we granting 100% duty concessions? No. We are saying we'll reduce the duty, we'll not make it zero, because our trade is not yet developed. We are tasting each other. Very initial stage of preferential trade arrangement. Nowadays, people do not discuss this. Everybody today discusses what is called free trade agreement worldwide. When it comes to FTA, we have an agreement where we say we are exporting good amount of commodities from my country. They are exporting good amount of commodities from their country. And we discuss and we say, let's take an example. Let's take example of Malaysia. So if we are dealing with Malaysia and we are exporting 3,000 HS codes and they are exporting another 3,000 HS codes. So we agree that okay, on 2,000 plus HS codes, we will grant duty concessions or we will also grant duty exemptions. And wherever we are not considering duty exemptions, we will call it negative list. Then we will also grant duty exemption in a phased manner. We may not grant it immediately on all items. We don't make it zero. We want to have a protective way of looking at it. So we create a sensitive list. And we also create an exclusion list where we say, no, on these products, we do not want to grant any kind of exemptions. So that is initial stage of FTAs. Then comes comprehensive economic cooperation agreement or comprehensive economic trade agreement and comprehensive economic partnership agreement. Currently, we are concentrating on these two types of agreements. What is the difference between economic cooperation and economic partnership? When it comes to economic partnership, we are also seriously looking into the investment aspect. When we are looking at economic cooperation or economic trade activities, we are not necessarily looking into compulsive way of investments, but we are looking at all other areas. And here we include goods, we include services, we include investment, we include IPR, we include competition, a number of things that go into, and it opens up new opportunities. As far as India is concerned, our negotiations so far are up to CEPA level, Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreements. World doesn't stop here. There is another version called Customs Union. Custom Union is abolishing custom duties and abolishing related documentation. EU is the example of Customs Union. What happens in EU? If I want to export goods from Germany to France, though these are two individual countries, the German exporter need not file any shipping bill. The French importer need not file any bill of entry, and goods will move as if they are moving from Maharashtra to Gujarat, Maharashtra to Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal to Bihar. The way they move without payment of duty. So duties are zero, documentation is reduced, custom control is also removed. Such kind of combination is called EU. It is called Customs Union. There is a further version of this which is called Common Market. In Common Market, we do not talk only of trade, only of tariff, only of duties or related documentation. We also talk of movement of labor and capital, harmonizing technical standards. Again, the example is European Common Market. And the finest version of cooperation is Economic Union, where you not only have common market, you also have fiscal and monetary policies and shared executive, judicial and legislative institutions. For example, the way we have Parliament for India, in Europe you have European Parliament, which is for 27 countries of Europe. That is the highest form of economic cooperation. Customs Union is going to be pretty important in times to come. EU has already established it. ASEAN countries are thinking of Customs Union. Africa, 54 countries put together are also thinking of creating a Customs Union. In fact, they have signed the agreement to that extent, and our negotiations in future for Africa would be with comprehensive 54 countries put together, maybe another year or two. So for expansion of business, these concepts also must be understood. For understanding tariff schedules, you must refer to the text of tariff notification. Always understand two things. Every agreement, when implemented, the department issues two notifications. One is called tariff notification, one is called non-tariff notification. Tariff notification is which tells you what is the duty concession offered by your country on the goods coming from another country. Similarly, that country will also issue a tariff notification which will say, let's take an example, if you are exporting something to Korea, Korea will offer you concession on Indian origin goods. So that notification will be issued by Korean customs. Indian notification will be issued by Indian customs. This is one part, tariff, which talks of primarily what are the duty concessions offered on products. All these notifications are based on HS codes. So one point you must note down carefully well, you must be sure of what is your HS code, because a lot of times people are not really aware of the importance of HS code, so you must understand this. And there is something called non-tariff notification, which primarily talks of rules of origin, the law related aspect of that particular trade agreement. So every trade agreement has one tariff notification, one non-tariff notification. For example, these are tariff notifications. India, ASEAN, India, Japan, India, UAE, India, Australia. They are issued from the date on which the agreement has come into force, and as and when required, they get amended. Duty concessions or exemptions are granted on the basis of wholly obtained or partially produced goods. Wholly obtained are those goods which are manufactured by using raw materials of both the countries. And partially produced goods are which item which contains import from other countries as well. We'll understand this in details, how this practically works. And at the beginning, it was very difficult to find all these details, but now they are available on Indian Trade Portal. And the job of finding the applicable duties, either for export or for import, has become very easy. Subsequently, I'll be showing you a screenshot, so you'll get an idea as to how one gets this. Sorry, please mute. Somebody is. How many agreements we have? We have existing agreements, 13 agreements in totality, single country. Some are FTAs, some are CEPAs, comprehensive partnership agreements, some are CESAs or CETAs, which is comprehensive economic cooperation agreement. So 13 agreements. We also offer unilateral duty-free preference scheme to 34 LDCs since 2008. They are also governed by a notification. Then we have regional agreements, India, ASEAN, Asia Pacific, Agreement on South Asian Free Trade Area, India, Mercosur, Global System of Trade Preferences, and recently concluded European Free Trade Association, EFTA, with 4 countries, Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, and Liechtenstein. And we are negotiating. Our current negotiations, India, USA, India, EU, India Gulf Cooperation Council, 6 countries, India SACU, 5 countries of Africa, India New Zealand, India Canada, India Israel, and India CIS countries, 8 countries, countries like Azerbaijan, Armenia, Kyrgyzstan, etc., etc. So if you look at this, and if you look at what is already concluded in terms of.
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir. Kasture sir, I'm sorry to interrupt. This PPT is not moving. Actually, only the first PPT. This thing. The
PPT is not working.
No, sir.
Just
PPT only the first PPT is showing. Sure.
Now, can you see?
No, sir. No, sir. Not yet.
Okay.
It's not moving.
Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah, sure, sir. I'm sorry.
Just 1 sec. There may be something technical issue.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Then this.
Yes.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah, I'll share it once. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's visible. Yeah.
So I will show you once again. This is what we talked about tariff notifications. Then we talked about Indian Trade Portal. This is the list of existing trade agreements, bilateral, under duty-free, unilateral scheme, then regional agreements. And this is what under negotiation. What I was saying is that if you look at the total list of countries with which we are negotiating, our agreement will be with more than 100 countries. Just think of EU, 27 countries, 5 countries from SACU, 6 countries from Indian Gulf Cooperation Council, India, CIS, another 8 countries, individual negotiations that are going on. And if tomorrow we extend it to African continent, 54 countries will get added at one go. So this becomes a critically important aspect for any exporter to think about. If your exports to more than 100 countries is covered under FTA negotiations, and if our products are going to get duty exemptions in those countries, it is critical aspect for us, and that is why this should be understood in depth. Let's take few examples. I purposely want to take this few examples just to explain you how the negotiations take place and what needs to be improved. So when we look at India ASEAN, we have negotiated 6-7 different categories. Items were classified normal track 1, normal track 2, sensitive track, special products, highly sensitive list, exclusion list. And normal track 1, normal track 2, we said we will reduce the basic custom duty to 0. In sensitive track, we'll say we'll reduce basic custom duty, but will not make it 0. We'll keep it 5%. Special product, both countries will have their own regulations. Highly sensitive items, again, we will reduce MFN rate to 50%, will not go beyond that. And we have also said exclusion list, that these items will not grant any duty concessions. So it's a very comprehensive negotiation by Ministry of Commerce, by experts. Unfortunate part, what I have experienced this in my life, is that when it comes to protection of domestic market, we are pretty active. But we are not that active when it comes to on which items I want duty concessions abroad. Now saying that my product should get duty concession abroad is very easy. But can we submit data? Can we submit something which is productive for the purpose of negotiation? So our role has to change. We should promote more and more products. The reason is very simple. We are talking of 5 trillion economy, 2 trillion coming out of exports, 1 trillion from goods, 1 trillion from services. Naturally, when you want to sell your product abroad and it is solid in terms of percentage, then you have to be competitive. Not only competitive, you have to be qualitative, and you should be able to present a good picture to someone. Then and only then your product will sell. Therefore, our focus henceforth, whenever you make a presentation to the ministry, make sure that you come out with what is your strategy for exports, on which products and why do you want the duty concessions. So this is something critical, a way change we have to think, and we have to help the government by providing the data. That is one aspect I would like to communicate to you. Second, what are market access issues? Let's understand them. An exporter in India, manufacturer in Thailand. We export components, final processing is done, product is made in Thailand. After processing, Thailand manufacturer on the instruction of Indian exporter can export goods to overseas markets. So indirect way of promoting exports, and this offers an opportunity for joint ventures. Now, why joint ventures? Because technology has grown. Why joint ventures? Because capital is moving. Why joint ventures? Because services are competitive. Why joint ventures? Because people are also moving to other countries. And they provide way back good amount of money. The non-resident Indians abroad who are working abroad on work visas, you will not believe this figure. The total money sent by them back to India is in excess of $100 billion last year. RBI accounts it as net private transfer. Those people working abroad sending foreign exchange back into the country is helping our foreign exchange reserves, is helping maintenance of our value against dollar. It helps stability to our currency, which ultimately helps growth of our exports. So this is also critical to understand. Let's look at India-Japan. This is the most comprehensive agreement. What it covers? It covers everything that is related to economy. Trade in goods, customs procedures, technical regulations, standard, conformity assessment procedures, trade in services, movement of natural persons, investments, intellectual property, government procurement, competition, improvement of business environment, cooperation, dispute settlement. All economic activities are covered. And when you comprehensively deal with a developed country like Japan, and when you have good political relationship with them, it helps both the countries to grow. This is the importance of implementing an FTA in a proper manner. Look at what Japan has offered us. Japan said, I will give work visas for Indian yoga teachers, Indian cuisine, Indian classical music or dance, English language. So these people, this is included in UK also. 1800 visas are considered to be given for the people in India, yoga teachers, chefs. You go and work there, you make money in sterling pound, you send back money at home. It also offers you a possibility of improvement of your global footprint in terms of services. Nurses and care workers. Japan has a senior citizen population. Nurses are badly in need. So if you are a trained nurse and you know how to speak Japanese well, only on these, you know what is the salary that is paid to these nurses? It is $20 per hour. You can imagine in 2 days of working, she will get monthly salary covered. So it is not anymore just goods. It is number of things coming together, and all our future negotiations, all our current negotiations are comprehensive. They don't only deal with goods, they also deal with all these areas. Again, we negotiated with Japan in the same manner. We have reduced our duties, but we have given them elimination in 6 annual installments. So if my basic custom duty is 7.5, it will become 0 at the end of 6th year. Equal installment every year. And we have been very successful in negotiating with them 16 annual installments. So there are certain products listed in B15 where Indian government says duty will become 0. We entered the agreement on 1st August 2011. The duty will become 0 if the product is listed in B15 in the year 2027. That long negotiation we have been able to do. So these points also have to be understood critically well, because then only we understand the essence of any FTA, the essence of any comprehensive trade agreement, and it helps us to understand. If you look at new agreements recently signed, India-UAE came into force on 1st May 2022, Australia-India 2nd April 2022, which came into effect on 29 December 2022 because it requires approval, etc. Indian-European Free Trade Association, EFTA countries, Switzerland, Iceland, Norway, Liechtenstein, came in 10th March 2024. India-UK, we recently signed 24th of July 2025. And these agreements represent the wish of India to expand bilateral and multilateral trade relations. Because all these agreements which we have entered from 2022 onwards, mostly if you see them, they are pretty comprehensive. They do not talk only of goods. They talk of number of areas which are required for bilateral or multilateral commitment of each other and helpful to each other. Of course, again, I would repeat once again, it is arranged marriage. Not that whatever you say, everything will be accepted by the other country. Similarly, not what everything else said by the other countries accepted by you. You will negotiate them. Any negotiation is possible. Any negotiation is successful based on the data, based on the participating people, based on the information that they have. And this is critically important. We must understand this. Another very interesting aspect I would like to discuss with you is that there is a concept called landed cost. Just note this down. We'll discuss this in details. African Continental Free Trade Area. What is the status of this? 54 AU member states have signed this agreement as of January 2025. State parties, January 2025, 48. That means there is a principal approval that we should create customs union. Basic draft has been admitted. You know what will happen? Currently, goods which are moving from Kenya to Tanzania attract duties. Once this agreement is signed, maybe another year or two, goods moving from Kenya to all 53 countries of Africa will not require any kind of custom duty to be paid. And this opens up a great opportunity for India because we have good relationship with Africa. We are respected in Africa. And we are seen as a trustworthy partner. And what is the size of this market? 54 countries put together offers you a size of 1.2 billion people, which is almost 80% of India's population. Governed by the same rules, governed by the same standards. We need to understand this because this is futuristic. I want to expand my global footprint. That will not happen just because I am saying so. I have to work hard on it, and this is one of the things that one should carefully look into. The latest concluded agreements includes goods and services both. There are certain countries where population is small. Take for example New Zealand. Population is just below 50 lakhs. Maybe half of Calcutta, 1/3 of Mumbai. Now, how many products these countries will buy? But then there is something which we are interested in. Their per capita income is $48,000 plus. So it's a good opportunity for requesting them to invest in India. The capital problem will be solved. There will be some specialized product they would like. There will be some specialized product we will accept. And then we enter into FTA with this. We'll talk of services, investments, IPR, number of other things which will help our economy. So even if the size of the country is small, but per capita income is high, we are looking towards that country as a matter of one factor where investment is possible and we can get foreign direct investment into the country. Let us come to the latest agreement, India-UK Free Trade Agreement. What we need to know? It includes goods and services. Our expectation from 60 billion to 120 billion by 2030. So we are thinking of 100% growth in 5 years. That means 20% growth every year. And this is something critically important for us to know. 99% of Indian goods will enter the UK at zero import duty. These are the key sectors which are going to get benefited, generically speaking. UK has almost accepted everything that is going from India. 99% of goods. And here, one specific point I would like to draw your attention to. Whether it is EU, whether it is UK, the basic custom duties in these countries were not very high. So comparatively, they are not going to lose a lot of revenue. But they are looking forward to the products. Why? Again, the country becomes more and more service oriented. Manufacturing sector may not be that very well, or manufacturing activity may be costlier. And here it plays a very, very important role as to how we make our product competitive. And here what matters is a concept called landed cost. It's very interesting. In India, my observation has been most of us are well acquainted with two terms, FOB for exports, CIF for imports. And logically, it's very simple. Why we look at CIF? Reason is very simple, because the import duty is chargeable on CIF value. Why we look at FOB? Because all our export benefits coming based on FOB value. These two terms we are familiar with. And third thing is very interesting. Again, if you are an importer in India, you always calculate the landed cost. What is landed cost? What is the cost at my factory gate? What is the cost at my warehouse? If it is an e-commerce transaction, what is the cost of delivery at my home? With technology, these things are happening. And in our family, sorry, some voice is disturbing.
Please mute yourself. Participants are requested to mute yourself. Participants are requested to mute yourself. Someone voice is coming, it is disturbing. We request you to mute yourself. Okay. Sir, another request received, that if possible, sir, mixture of the language like English along with the Hindi also, in few cases,
okay,
if
fine.
It is possible.
Okay.
So it would be
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's very interesting. जब हम अपने फैमिली की बात करते हैं तो वी आर यूज्ड टू एवरीथिंग ऑनलाइन. कभी कभी मैं मजाक में कहता हूं कि इंस्टेड ऑफ फॉरगेट टोमेटो रिमेंबर जोमेटो, बिकॉज जोमेटो डिलीवर्स इट टू यू. एवरीबडी नोज व्हाट इज जोमेटो. ऑनलाइन बाइंग हम सबको मालूम है. हम कॉस्ट कैलकुलेट करते हैं विच इज एट माई डोर स्टेप. मैन्युफैक्चरर कैलकुलेट्स द कॉस्ट एट द फैक्ट्री गेट. जस्ट थिंक अबाउट, जब आप एक्सपोर्ट करते हो, are you thinking of the cost at the factory gate of the importer? Most of the time, answer is no. We are happy with CIF. No, you have to move towards an Incoterm called DDP. For the calculation purpose, you may not accept DDP as a trade transaction Incoterm, but for understanding purpose, you must understand कि मेरी landed cost क्या है, because landed cost makes the ultimate calculation for the importer. And if duty element becomes zero, my landed cost drops. मेरी landed cost कम हो गई, मेरा competitiveness increase हो गया. There is good possibility of increasing more business and good possibility of getting more export orders from that person. ये जरूरी है. इस सेक्टर में हमको जीरो ड्यूटी का ट्रीटमेंट मिलेगा. हमारे जो एम्प्लॉइज हैं यूके में काम करने वाले, उनको टैक्स एग्जम्पशंस मिलेंगे। आईटी सेक्टर में 60,000 एम्प्लॉइज विल बी बेनिफिटेड। This is the benefit for the service sector. We have zero duty access. Tariffs on processed food also eliminated. Farmers and fishermen will get labor intensive sectors, unko bhi benefit milega. Only one problem which is not yet solved, that is CBAM, carbon tax, which is likely to be imposed from 1st January 2026. Future discussions are planned. Let us hope something comes out of this. But carbon tax is the issue that continues. यूके हमने विस्की पर कंसेशन दिए हैं, कुछ कार्स पर कंसेशन दिए हैं, कुछ मेडिकल डिवाइसेस एसोसिएट एरोस्पेस पार्ट्स पर कंसेशन दिए हैं. दे विल बिकम मोर अफोर्डेबल इन इंडिया. एंड लेट मी टेल यू, विस्की पे ड्यूटी कम हो तो भी पीने की जरूरत नहीं है. दिस इज नॉट समथिंग विच वन शुड लुक एट दैट. और किसी ने मुझसे मजाक में कहा था कि सर वो 2-3 पेग तक तो समझ में आता है क्या है, उसके बाद देसी दो या विदेशी दो एक ही बात है, बाद में कुछ समझ में नहीं आता. So whiskey is something, let's keep the jokes apart, but government has asked reduce the duty immediately from 150 to 75%. Medical devices सबको चाहिए होते हैं, aerospace parts भी चाहिए, so that is they'll become more affordable. 1800 Indian professionals, chefs, योगा टीचर्स, म्यूजिशियंस, आपको वर्क वीसा मिल सकता है. एंड you will get work visa to work in UK. You will get good amount of money. You will earn in pounds. Currently, the number is limited to 1,800 people. When will this FTA be implemented? This agreement, approved by both the prime ministers, have to be approved by UK Parliament. उसके बाद tariff, non-tariff notifications issue होंगे. The day these notifications are issued, the duty concessions will practically come into force. So though the agreement has been entered into, this might take maybe a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months. So keep checking on this particular aspect. And the moment you know tariff notifications are issued, then you can think of taking advantage of this. Some essential understanding. When you enter into different kind of agreements with different countries, 2-3 things you must know. First, what are the foreign exchange reserves of that country? अगर उनके foreign exchange reserves अच्छे हैं, you can give money on credit, no problem. अगर foreign exchange reserves अच्छे नहीं हैं, तो मेरे इंपोर्टर ने लोकल करेंसी में पे किया, बट उसकी कंट्री मुझे पे नहीं कर पा रही, I will have some problem. This should also be part of your serious study. Specific knowledge of commodity trends, demand and supply situation, regulatory aspects, compulsory compliances. अपने आप ही होता है compulsory compliances से, BIS standards से. Similar checking into those countries. Impact of climate change and sustainability, new issues coming up. Heavy floods, high temperature disturbing the country's economy. These are happening so fast that we'll have to think about this. And natural resources, mining, agriculture, global value chains, this also you must study to make your product more competitive. Now let us come to something which is very critical for every FTA, that is called rules of origin. And for rules of origin, I am taking details from the current India-EU agreement. So what is latest, you will come to know from this section. First, understand the concepts. There is a concept called MFN, most favored nation. अगर हम इसका most favored nation ऐसा पढ़ेंगे तो हमको ऐसा लगेगा this is a special treatment. But in practice, this is normal customs duty charged. Then why we call it MFN? ये जो terminology MFN, this comes from WTO. जब WTO 1995 it was established, it was decided कि जो भी WTO के members होंगे, वो सारे members एक दूसरे को या अदर कंट्रीज को एक ही कस्टम ड्यूटी रेट देंगे. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि अगर इंडिया में एक प्रोडक्ट पर 7.5% बेसिक कस्टम ड्यूटी रेट है, this rate will be applicable to all WTO member countries from where we are importing. There are 165 countries who are members of WTO. So 165 countries से जो मेरे पास मटेरियल आएगा HS कोड वाइज, उस प्रोडक्ट पर अगर मैं 7.5 या 10% ड्यूटी चार्ज करता हूं, that is called most favored nation tariff, most favored nation rate. It is not a preferential rate. Preferential rate either reduced or zero is negotiated under FTA. So FTA में जो रेट हम negotiate करते हैं उसको हम preferential rate कहते हैं, और उसके लिए जो डॉक्यूमेंट लगता है उसको हम प्रेफरेंशियल सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ ओरिजिन कहते हैं. ये पहली कंसेप्ट है. दूसरी कंसेप्ट है बाउंड रेट. बाउंड रेट का मतलब है इंडिया ने ये कमिटमेंट की कि हम इससे ज्यादा ड्यूटी रेट नहीं बढ़ाएंगे. ये कमिटमेंट हमने 1995 में की. तब हमने कहा था कि अगर इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्ट है उस पर हमारी बेसिक कस्टम ड्यूटी 30 से 40, इससे ज्यादा नहीं होगी. अगर एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट है तो 30 से 100 से ज्यादा हम नहीं लगाएंगे. और अगर इंपोर्ट हम पूरी कार कर रहे हैं या अल्कोहलिक बेवरेजेस कर रहे हैं तो ड्यूटी 100% से ज्यादा होगी. अगर हम इससे ज्यादा ड्यूटी लेवी करते हैं तो दूसरी कंट्री हमसे कॉम्पेंसेशन मांग सकता है, क्योंकि हमारी कमिटमेंट है. हमने कहा है इससे ज्यादा ड्यूटी हम नहीं बढ़ाएंगे. दैट इज व्हाई इफ यू लुक एट द ड्यूटी इंक्रीजेस इन इंडिया, अलग अलग बजट में ड्यूटी बढ़ती है इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्ट पर. वेरी रेयरली इट हैज एवर गॉन अप बियॉन्ड 40. अदरवाइज इट वाज even 30. So stay committed to WTO. कोई ये कह सकता है कि भाई इतनी ज्यादा ड्यूटी आपने क्यों दी? उसका सिंपल सा कारण है, और वो कारण ये है कि जब निगोशिएट हुआ 1995 में, तब हमारी एवरेज ड्यूटी 65% जाती थी. तो हमने सोचा कि 50% का कंसेशन दे देते हैं. We never expected in 1995 that we'll grow fast. And within 15 years we'll come down to 5, 7.5 and 10%. आज अगर हम इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्ट देखते हैं तो these are 3 normal slabs commonly applicable. Agriculture we want to protect, इसलिए duties are high. Alcoholic beverages and cars, again duties are high, based on the basic consideration of 1995. So these two concepts you must understand, MFN and bound rate. तीसरी कंसेप्ट, ड्यूटी कंसेशंस अंडर FTAs are offered on the basis of certificate of origin. This is called preferential certificate of origin. और इसके 2 हिस्से हैं. The first category is known as wholly obtained. Second category is known as partially produced. wholly obtained का मतलब ये है कि इसमें कोई imported material नहीं है, और पार्शियली प्रोड्यूस का मतलब यह है कि इसमें इंपोर्टेड मटेरियल है. जो मटेरियल इंपोर्टेड है उसको टेक्निकल टर्म्स में नॉन ओरिजिनेटिंग कहा जाता है. जैसे इंडिया जापान ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट ये कहता है, इफ द प्रोडक्ट इज मेड यूजिंग जापानीज मटेरियल एंड इंडियन मटेरियल ओनली, जिसमें सिर्फ जापान से आया हुआ या इंडिया का ओरिजिन वाला मटेरियल होगा, उसको हम होली ऑब्टेन्ड कैटेगरी में डालेंगे. और अगर उसमें कुछ मटेरियल यूके से आया है, कुछ मटेरियल जर्मनी से आया है, कुछ मटेरियल और किसी कंट्री से आया है अदर देन इंडिया एंड जापान, उसको हम पार्शियली प्रोड्यूस करेंगे और उसके लिए टैग होगा पीपी, और जो कंट्री ओरिजिन में बना है उसके लिए टैग होगा डब्ल्यूओ। सो ये क्राइटेरिया मस्ट बी अंडरस्टूड क्लियरली। होली ऑप्टेंट में प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। अगर इंडिया यूके की हम बात करते हैं, यू इंपोर्ट समथिंग फ्रॉम यूके, you manufacture the goods in India using certain materials from India, it can be called WO. But if you are importing something from Germany, something from USA, utilizing it using local material, then manufacturing a product, then it has non-originating material of EU origin, of USA origin, product, ultimate product will be called PP, partially produced. इसका क्या क्राइटेरिया हो सकता है? Let us see. Wholly obtained and produced, wholly obtained in a beneficiary country, partner countries, India, Japan, India, Korea, India, UK. Partially produced, partially produced 4 कैटेगरीज है, 4 अलग अलग क्वालिफिकेशन नॉर्म्स है. The first qualification norm is called CC. CC means change in chapter. You import something under chapter 68 and you export a product under chapter 69. Your wording will represent CC. CTH, change in tariff heading at 4-digit level from 6901 to 6904. CTSH, change in tariff heading 6-digit level 690721 to 690723. And there is a 4th term called RVC, regional value content. इसका मतलब है आपने अपने कंट्री में क्या वैल्यू एडिशन किया. 2 चीजें आप समझ लें. चेंज एट 8-digit level is not a process of manufacturing. It can be called job work. So, if the product is partially produced, it has to go through these criteria. And it has to go through some more conditions. One condition, change in HS code at 4 or 6-digit level. Second condition, it must conform to the process of manufacture. Process of manufacture is defined in every single agreement. You will find this in non-tariff notification. Regional value content, what is the value addition done in your country? There is also a term called cumulation. Cumulation means अगर आपका एग्रीमेंट मल्टीपल कंट्रीज में है, इंडिया आसियान, तो 10% वैल्यू एडिशन थाईलैंड में हुआ, 10% वैल्यू एडिशन मलेशिया में हुआ, 15% वैल्यू एडिशन वियतनाम में हुआ. All these 3 countries are members of ASEAN. Therefore, it can be called product of Malaysian origin or product of Vietnamese origin because of the cumulation. कि 35% या 40% जो भी वैल्यू एडिशन एक्सेप्ट किया गया है, it is not carried out in one single country, but it is carried out in countries which are member group countries. Then there are 2 more consent exclusion list जहां हम कंसेशन देते ही नहीं है, और सेंसिटिव लिस्ट जहां हम कंसेशन देते हैं बट इमीडिएट नहीं देते. 7.5% बेसिक कस्टम ड्यूटी विल बिकम 0 in 5 years. So पहले साल 7.5, then next year 6%, then 4.5, then 3, then 1.5, then 0. This is how these elements operate. Most of the agreements have common things. और ये सब एग्रीमेंट के क्लॉजेस में वर्डेड है, रिटन डाउन है. Now I will give you related to your product. अब ये सिंपल हो गया है, आप खाली समझे इसको. दिस इज एक्चुअल स्क्रीनशॉट. दिस इज स्क्रीनशॉट फॉर HS code 69072100 ceramic flags and pavings, earth or wall tiles. If I go to this particular portal, indiatradeportal.in। ये पोर्टल मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड FTAs पुट टुगेदर चलाते हैं। आप इसमें अगर जाएंगे, स्टेप्स मैं बाद में बताऊंगा कैसे जाते हैं, अभी मैं आपको स्क्रीनशॉट दिखा रहा हूं कि इसमें क्या क्या मिलता है। ये प्रोडक्ट मैं UAE को एक्सपोर्ट करना चाहता हूं। UAE में मोस्ट फेवर्ड नेशन टैरिफ इज 5%। कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक पार्टनरशिप एग्रीमेंट टैरिफ इज 4%। दैट मीन्स अगर मैं नॉर्मली आइटम एक्सपोर्ट करता हूं UAE में तो 5% ड्यूटी लगेगी। अगर अंडर FTA इंपोर्ट करता हूं इंडिया UAE तो 4% ड्यूटी लगेगी। कंडीशंस क्या होगी प्रोडक्ट की? CTSH प्लस वैल्यू एडिशन ऑफ 40%। व्हाट इज CTSH? CTSH इज चेंज एट 6 डिजिट लेवल। इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि आई import the item from some other country, convert it, convert करके मुझे वैल्यू एडिशन करना है। व्हाट इज द वैल्यू एडिशन? इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस वैल्यू एडिशन इज 40%। इसका मतलब मैक्सिमम इंपोर्ट इज परमिटेड 60% ऑफ माय FOB वैल्यू। वो मैं किसी भी कंट्री से लाऊं नो प्रॉब्लम, एज लॉन्ग एज 40% वैल्यू एडिशन इज डन इन इंडिया। दैट मीन्स इंडियन मटेरियल, इंडियन लेबर put together should create 40% value addition, then only you will get the exemption from payment of duty 5% to 4%. Now you want to export this to UK. इस प्रोडक्ट पर UK में ड्यूटी है 4%। डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज ट्रेडिंग स्कीम रूल्स ऑफ ओरिजिन CTH plus 75%. CTH, what is CTH? Let's go back. CTH is change at 4-digit level. Import the goods, change at 4-digit level, add value addition of 75%, then your product will get 0 duty. So you are saving, your customer is saving 4% duty. You will have to give a certificate, developing countries trading scheme certificate. जैसे EU का GSP है, ये UK का consideration. You want to export this to United States of America. Normal tariff is 10%, otherwise also tariff is 10% because benefit of GSP is not available to India. Again, Mr. Trump is saying 1 अगस्त से हम सोचेंगे क्या टैरिफ लगने वाला है। हमको देखना पड़ेगा क्या टैरिफ लगेगा, उस हिसाब से मेरी लैंडेड कॉस्ट कैलकुलेट होगी। I want to export this product to Vietnam. Most favored nation tariff 20%. इंडिया आसियान फ्री ट्रेड टैरिफ 5%। इसका मतलब ये हुआ मेरे बायर को ये प्रोडक्ट 15% सस्ता पड़ रहा है। Naturally, the possibility of exporting this item to Vietnam is good for me. I want to export this to Poland. No preference is granted. इसका मतलब अगर आपके पास 5 डिफरेंट लोग हैं from 5 different countries and you want to check what is the duty concessions they are getting, by referring to this आपको ये पता चलेगा ड्यूटी कंसेशन क्या मिलता है। आपको ये भी पता चलेगा कि कौन सी कंडीशन आपको मीट आउट करनी है। एंड दिस इज अवेलेबल ऑनलाइन। बिगेस्ट एडवांटेज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी टुडे, और ये कोई भी कर सकता। सिर्फ यही नहीं, एक्सपोर्ट पॉलिसी इंडिया की क्या है, ड्यूटी ड्रॉबैक क्या मिलेगा, RODTP रेट क्या है, ये मैं एक्चुअल आपको बता रहा हूं। दिस इज द स्क्रीनशॉट एक्चुअली टेकन। सेकंड सेशन में आपको ये भी बताऊंगा कि अगर आपको पर्सनली वेरीफाई करना है तो किस हिसाब से इसको वेरीफाई किया जा सकता है। सो दीज आर द डिटेल्स दैट आर अवेलेबल टू यू। हाउ टू ऑब्टेन सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ ओरिजिन। Preferential certificate of origin for export or import is issued by a specified government agency in respective countries. In India, it is Export Promotion Inspection Council. आपको जाना पड़ेगा सर्टिफिकेट लेना पड़ेगा. This application is online now. Preferential certificate of origin is issued based on wholly obtained or partially produced category. When goods are partially produced, specific criteria must be met. RBC value addition India में कितना हुआ, change and process of manufacture. When you comply with all these three, जब आपका प्रोडक्ट तीनों कंडीशंस को कंप्लाई करता है, प्रोसेस ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चर में कवर्ड है, चेंज है 2 डिजिट, 4 डिजिट और 6 डिजिट जो चार्ट में दिखा रहा है उस हिसाब से, और वैल्यू एडिशन विच इज नॉर्मली 35 to 45%, जो भी है वो जब आप कंप्लाई करेंगे तो एक्सपोर्ट इंस्पेक्शन काउंसिल ये सर्टिफिकेट देगी एंड दिस सर्टिफिकेट इज गोइंग टू बी कंप्लीटली ऑनलाइन. इसलिए अंडरस्टैंडिंग द पार्ट ऑफ what is required under the certificate is critically important. Understanding what information you are supposed to give is critically important. And since सारे के सारे FTAs are based on HS codes, you must be very sure what is the HS code of your product. Format of preferential certificate of origin, जो format आपको देना है, is covered in non-tariff notification. These are the non-tariff notification. India ASEAN कस्टम नोटिफिकेशन 118 है. नॉन टेरिफ पता कैसे चलेगा आपको? ब्रैकेट में लिखा होता है NT. इंडिया जापान 55, इंडिया UAE 39, इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया 112. दिस इज द लिंक. It's not a rocket science. Is it very difficult to do these things? No. What is more important is understanding the concept. हमें पता होना चाहिए, और अगर पता नहीं होना सारी गड़बड़ हो जाती है, प्रोसीजर कितनी भी मालूम. मैं हमेशा मजाक में कहता हूं कि व्हाट इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ मैरिज? शादी का क्या मतलब? मैं शादी के प्रोसीजर नहीं पूछ रहा हूं, मतलब पूछ रहा हूं. तो मेरा भी एक कंसेप्ट है शादी का, लिविंग टुगेदर इन पीस एंड हार्मनी. अगर आपको ये पता है कि मुझे शांति से और सुख से अपना जीवन व्यतीत करना है इस व्यक्ति के साथ, प्रोसीजर आप सीख जाओगे, क्योंकि कंसेप्चुअली आप क्लियर है. अगर कंसेप्चुअली आप क्लियर नहीं है, प्रोसीजर कितनी ही आपको पता हो, कहीं ना कहीं कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ होगी. क्योंकि प्रोसीजर होती है. प्रोसीजर आपको ये नहीं सिखाती कि आपको डिसीजन कैसे लेना. डिसीजन को इंप्लीमेंट करना प्रोसीजर सिखाती है. डिसीजन लेना आपकी अपनी सोच है. इंटरेस्टिंगली इन एक्सपोर्ट डिसीजन तय है कि मुझे प्रोडक्ट एक्सपोर्ट करना है. कैसे करना है, क्यों करना है, क्या रूल्स होंगे, क्या रेगुलेशंस होंगे, क्या मुझे समझना है, वो मुझे समझना है. और फिर एक और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बड़ी आ जाती है कि जो भी मैं करूं वो लीगल हो, बोथ कंट्री के हिसाब से. इलीगल मैं कुछ न करूं. इसलिए कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी, प्रोसीजरल एक्सपर्टीज, बोथ आर एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट. अब हम इंडिया यूके के रूल पे जाते हैं. दिस इज द लिंक. ब्लू कलर में जो दी है वो लिंक है, वहां से आप इसको देख सकते हैं. कुछ आर्टिकल्स मैं आपको समझाऊंगा. आर्टिकल 3.3, दिस इज कॉल्ड होली ऑप्टेड. मतलब प्रोडक्ट इन वन और बोथ ऑफ द पार्टीज. पहला सेंटेंस अगर आप पढ़ेंगे, ईच पार्टी शैल प्रोवाइड that for the purpose of subparagraph 1A of article 3.2, the following goods shall be considered as wholly obtained or produced entirely in one or both of the parties. यूके का रॉ मटेरियल हो या इंडिया का रॉ मटेरियल हो, अगर ये दो ही कंट्री का मटेरियल यूज हो रहा है तो प्रोडक्ट इज होली ऑब्टेन्ड. कौन से प्रोडक्ट्स? मिनरल्स, मिनरल गुड्स, अदर नॉन लिविंग नेचुरल रिसोर्सेस, plant and plant goods, life. So it is a list. This is called wholly obtained. अगर आपको सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ ओरिजिन में WO देना है, you must make sure your product complies with this. This is the list. And then read J. Goods and their derivatives produced there exclusively from goods referred to in subparagraph 1 through I, A through I. So both countries से generate हुआ कोई भी product अगर आप use करते हैं, UK and India, then it is called wholly opted. If it has some component coming from Germany, some component coming from France, some component coming from USA, or some component coming from Singapore or Malaysia, then it cannot be called WO. Then it is partially produced. When the product is partially produced, you have to qualify the percentage of value addition. और इसमें दो रूल्स है, दो सिस्टम्स है. One is called build down method. Second is called build up method. Build down का मतलब है value of the goods minus value of non-originating materials divided by value of the goods. Value of the good FOB 100 rupees, $100, 100 pounds minus value of non-originating material 70 pounds. That means 70% is imported material. If the qualifying value content or value addition in India is less than 40% or 45% depending on what is accepted, you cannot give this certificate. That means import is permitted. If value addition is required 40%, then maximum import I can do is $60 or 60 pounds. This is build down method. What is build up method? Value of originating material. हो सकता है नॉन ओरिजिनेटिंग मटेरियल कहां से आ रहा है मुझे पता नहीं, लेकिन मुझे ये पक्का पता है कि इंडियन ओरिजिन के कौन से गुड्स में यूज कर रहा हूं. तो यू यूज बिल्ड अप मेथड. जब हमारा पूरा एग्रीमेंट यूरोपियन पार्लियामेंट में साइन हो जाएगा, नोटिफिकेशन इशू हो जाएंगे, तो आपको इसकी फिगर पता पड़ेगी कि किस में 40% है, किस में 45%. बट नॉर्मली वैल्यू एडिशन इन इंडिया विल रेंज बिटवीन 35 to 45%. ये आपको प्रूव करना पड़ेगा. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि सर मैंने लोकल से मटेरियल लिया है बट मटेरियल इंपोर्टेड है, मैंने लोकल आदमी से खरीदा, उसने इंपोर्ट किया है, उसको मैं इंडियन ओरिजिन बोलूं? नहीं, उसको आप इंडियन ओरिजिन बोल नहीं सकते. दैट विल बी नॉन ओरिजिनेटिंग मटेरियल, क्योंकि आपको मालूम है कि ये मटेरियल इंपोर्टेड है, बिकॉज आपने अपने मर्चेंट से यहां से खरीदा, किसी थर्ड पार्टी से खरीदा. उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो मटेरियल इंडियन ओरिजिन का हो जाता है. तो व्हाट इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द एक्सपोर्टर इज टू मेंटेन दिस वेरी क्रिटिकली, प्रॉपरली. Then comes 3.9. Very interesting one. In the case of goods in chapter 25 through 98 of the harmonized system, मतलब chapter 25 to chapter 98, इसमें अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट एक्सपोर्ट प्रोडक्ट आता है, the value of those non-originating materials does not exceed 12.5% of the value of goods and the good satisfies all other applicable requirements of this chapter. ये टॉलरेंस है. मतलब आप उसको wholly opted डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं, बट मैक्सिमम 12.5% फॉरेन मटेरियल आई विल परमिट. ये भी आपको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए. देन देयर आर कंडीशंस. प्रूफ ऑफ ओरिजिन. व्हाट इज प्रूफ ऑफ ओरिजिन? Each party shall provide a claim of preferential tariff treatment based on applicable proof of origin. For importers in the United Kingdom, यूके का जो इंपोर्टर है, he is going to ask you origin declaration completed by the exporter, certificate of origin issued by an issuing authority, Export Inspection Council, the importer's knowledge that the goods is originating, and for importers in India, an applicable proof of origin shall be an origin declaration completed by the exporter or producer. Here also exporter or producer. Why exporter or producer? Because exporter can be a merchant exporter. अगर आप मर्चेंट एक्सपोर्टर हैं तो प्रोड्यूसर से आपको ये डिटेल लेने पड़ेंगे कि भाई आपने प्रोडक्ट बनाते समय इंपोर्टेड मटेरियल यूज किया है, अगर किया है तो व्हाट इज इट्स वैल्यू. आर्टिकल 315 specifically talks of it. Each party shall provide that an origin declaration or a certificate of origin valid for 12 months from the date of completion in the case of origin declaration validity, submitted to the customs authority, follow the appropriate prescribed structure as set out in Annex 3B origin declaration template, and must be in writing including electronic format. इंग्लिश में आप इसको यूज करोगे, फॉर्मेट में दोगे, वो फॉर्मेट इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली ट्रांसफर होगा. एक्सपोर्ट इंस्पेक्शन काउंसिल विल इशू दिस. दिस इज ऑल प्रिस्क्राइब्ड. ये सारी प्रोविजन अवेलेबल है, ये आपको फॉलो करनी है. मस्ट बी अकम्पनीड बाय एन इनवॉइस और कमर्शियल डॉक्यूमेंट, जो आपको कस्टम में सबमिट करना, आपके इंपोर्टर को कस्टम में सबमिट करना पड़ेगा. May apply to importations of a single shipment of one or more goods, and it shall be in English language. For the United Kingdom, an origin declaration or a certificate of origin may apply to importations of multiple shipments of identical goods within any period specified in the origin declaration or the certificate of origin, where such period does not exceed 12 months. कंटिन्यूस शिपमेंट आपके जा रहे हैं तो 12 महीने की मैक्सिमम वैलिडिटी आप ले सकते हैं. इसका मतलब यह है कि अगर आप लॉन्ग टर्म कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किसी के साथ एंटर करना चाहते हैं, एवरी मंथ आई विल सप्लाई एंड यू गेट सम सर्टिफिकेशन डन प्रॉपरली, देन दिस विल हेल्प यू रिड्यूस योर कॉस्ट्स. दूसरे जो आर्टिकल्स है जो आपको समझने हैं, 3.4 वैल्यू ऑफ द गुड्स, 3.7 नॉन क्वालिफाइंग ऑपरेशन. कौन से ऑपरेशंस ऐसे हैं जिसको मैन्युफैक्चरिंग नहीं माना जाता, दे आर गिवन इन पैरा 3.7. बेसिस ऑफ अ क्लेम ऑफ प्रेफरेंशियल टैरिफ ट्रीटमेंट, वेदर इट इज होली ऑब्टेन्ड और पार्शियली प्रोड्यूस्ड. आर्टिकल 3.17 सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ ओरिजिन इंक्लूडिंग फॉर्मेट एंड व्हाट डिक्लेरेशंस टू बी गिवन. आर्टिकल 3.18 एग्जम्पशन फ्रॉम प्रूफ ऑफ ओरिजिन रिक्वायरमेंट्स, अगर किसी चीज में एग्जम्पशन है तो कौन सी चीज में है. 3.19 डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ क्लेम्स, गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटी कैसे डिसाइड करेगी आपको टैरिफ ट्रीटमेंट मिलनी चाहिए नहीं मिलनी चाहिए. इफ यू डू समथिंग रॉन्ग व्हाट आर द पेनल्टीज. 3.23 एंड रिकॉर्ड कीपिंग रिक्वायरमेंट्स, आपको डॉक्यूमेंट कितने साल कैसे रखने, गिवन इन 3.24. दिस इज योर कंपल्सरी नॉलेज. This you must study. I have given the link. You look at this. The link is given. Rules of origin PDF. Download this. Prepare yourself very well. सब तैयारी आप पहले से करके रखिए, so that you would be able to give the proper documentation and you will not have any problem whatsoever. So these articles you must read. उससे कहा गया था कि 15 मिनट का ब्रेक लेना है, तो अकॉर्डिंग टू माय वॉच इट इज 11:31, सो वी आर 1 मिनट लेट. 11:30 का टाइम मुझे दिया था.
Right, sir. You're absolutely right.
15 मिनट का ब्रेक लेंगे.
Sir.
11:45 we
Right.
will start again. Thank you so much.
Sir, meanwhile, there are a couple of things I just want to share with you. The second session, if you kindly brief about the second session to the existing, participants, they are waiting. More of a focus on the ceramic products, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
will
if
be-
you
I will
kindly,
be-
say the points so that the participants will, they keep continuing on that. They are more interested for the ceramic products and the comparison between.
Yeah.
Please.
I will be
Okay, sir.
purely focusing on ceramic products only.
Okay, sir.
But
Okay.
generally, these are applicable to all products. Even if ceramic product, they have to understand this. That is why I incorporated.
यस यस
Rightly
ये
said.
समझ में बेसिक समझ नहीं होगा तो आगे नहीं होगा.
पहले तो FTAs समझना चाहिए, rules of origin समझना चाहिए, obviously, sir. That's why this thing.
Yeah.
And as we told you, sir, it's you can also see that the participants are closer to 200, 188, and couple of participants have joined and this thing left. They will, this thing. Hope you are happy with these participants, sir.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Right. And to all the
11:40
participants.
start.
Right. 11:45. Yeah. Start the second session, sir.
Yeah.
And all the participants, we are requesting all the participants not to leave because second session will be more interesting and focusing on the ceramic sectors, as already told. And meanwhile, we would like to request Jitendra Bhai from the Vibrant Bilkon Authority, because you know all the first edition of Vibrant Bilkon as we have organized it in April 2025 in Delhi. Okay, it was a grand success and it was supported by the Ministry of Commerce as well as CAPEXIL. And we are happy to announce over here the second edition. The name has been transformed from Vibrant Bilkon to Bharat Bilkon at a strong recommendation from our Honorable Commerce Minister, Sri 𝐒𝐻𝐽𝐈. So in this context, I would request Jitendra Bhai to have some presentation. They have some presentation to make aware of the participants about the Vibrant Bilkon well in advance. It is the edition for 2026. Okay. Thank you all for keeping with us. Once again, thank you so much, and keep continuing with this session for focusing on the ceramic products in the second session. Okay. So over to Jitendra Bhai.
Thank you so much. First of all, कुंतल सर, सर मेरा स्क्रीन आ रहा है क्या? विजिबल है?
Yeah, it's visible. Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you so much, Kuntal sir, for the giving the time, and the chairman of the ceramic panel, Kuntal Ghosh Dada sir, senior vice chairman Sri Nilesh Bhai Jetparia, and entire the CAPEXIL team. एंड सुधाकर जी का भी प्रेजेंटेशन मुझे मौका मिला देखने का, तो थैंक यू सो मच सुधाकर जी फॉर योर वंडरफुल विजडम ऑफ द एक्सपर्ट्स एंड ऑल द वंडरफुल ऑडियंस एंड द पार्टिसिपेशंस फ्रॉम द ceramic members. So once again, thank you for the giving this opportunity to present our vibrant Bilkon, and सबको ऑलमोस्ट कैपेक्सिल के सारे मेंबर्स को और नॉलेज में होगा कि लास्ट ईयर अपना वाइब्रेंट बिल्कॉन वाज द फर्स्ट एडिशन, एंड क्या विजन है वाइब्रेंट बिल्कॉन का, क्यों ये प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट हुआ है, तो उसके बारे में हम लोग थोड़ा शॉर्ट ब्रीफ आज लेंगे. ऑलमोस्ट मेंबर्स को आइडिया होगा, लेकिन थोड़ा और ब्रीफ में आज हम बताएंगे. वाइब्रेंट बिल्कॉन जो है वो सपोर्टेड बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्रीज, मिस्टर पीयूष गोयल सर के डिपार्टमेंट से सपोर्टेड है, एंड दी अवर कैपेक्सिल. He is also the supported partner of Vibrant Bilkon. एंड फर्स्ट एडिशन जो हमारा हुआ था यशोभूमि में, दिल्ली में, तो वहाँ पे जो इनोग्रेशन था वो इनोग्रेशन हमारे कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्रीज मिनिस्टर पीयूष गोयल जी ने किया था, और हमारे ब्रांड एम्बेसडर सुनील शेट्टी जी, तो उसने हमारा इनोग्रेशन किया था फर्स्ट एडिशन का. एंड नाउ बात करें फॉर द सेकेंड एडिशन, तो सेकेंड एडिशन हमारा 29 अप्रैल से 2 मई को ऑन द सेम वेन्यू यशोभूमि इन दिल्ली. तो दिल्ली में हमारा सेम एडिशन रहेगा, सेकेंड एडिशन, एंड विद द रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ द पीयूष गोयल सर. तो ऑफिशियली अभी हम लोग लॉन्च करेंगे, बट नाउ इट विल बिकम ए भारत बिल्डकॉन. तो वाइब्रेंट बिल्डकॉन से ये जो ब्रांड है वो सेकेंड एडिशन से भी, जब तक ये इंडस्ट्रीज में मतलब ये एग्जीबिशन चलेगा, तो भाई भारत बिल्डकॉन के नाम से ये हमारा पोजिशनिंग आएगा. तो ऑफिशियली उसका लॉन्च भी कर्टन रेजिन का भी हमारा रहेगा, बट बिफोर दैट ये हमारा पहला प्रेजेंटेशन के जहाँ पे हम लोग ऑफिशियली अनाउंसमेंट कर रहे हैं कि वाइब्रेंट बिल्डकॉन अभी भारत बिल्डकॉन के नाम से सेकेंड एडिशन से रहेगा। तो वाई भारत बिल्डकॉन, सर का सजेशन था कि आप इसको भारत बिल्डकॉन कीजिए। तो अभी हम लोग इंडस्ट्रीज में हैं, तो हम लोगों को पता होगा कि गवर्नमेंट का भी फोकस, जैसे चाइना में कैंटोन एंड अलग अलग कंट्रीज के अंदर उसके ओन प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं और वो वर्ल्ड को अट्रैक्ट करते हैं, वो लार्ज स्केल पे एग्जीबिशंस को लेके जाते हैं। तो भारत में हमारा ऐसा कोई प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं था कि जिसमें गवर्नमेंट इन्फ्लुएंस हो, गवर्नमेंट सपोर्ट कर रही हो इन टर्म्स ऑफ एम्बेसी, इंटरनल गवर्नमेंट का सपोर्ट। तो वो सारा अभी जो भी एग्जीबिशंस हो रहे हैं वो भारत के नाम से गवर्नमेंट इन्वॉल्वमेंट लेके करा रही है। तो फर्स्ट भारत मोबिलिटी जो लास्ट ईयर सेकेंड एडिशन था, आई थिंक 2.5 लाख स्क्वायर मीटर में सेकेंड एडिशन में वो एग्जीबिशन हुआ था विद द हेल्प ऑफ द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स। एंड भारत टैक्स, तो वो भी गवर्नमेंट इन्फ्लुएंस है, गवर्नमेंट के सपोर्ट से हो रहा है। तो अभी गवर्नमेंट जो है वो हर एक सेक्टर्स के अंदर इंटरवेंशन करके, सपोर्ट करके भारत के नाम से एंटायर द इंडस्ट्रीज को एक प्लेटफॉर्म में लेके आके उसको वर्ल्ड वाइड प्रमोट कर रही है। तो ये थर्ड सीरीज अपना रहेगा, भारत टैक्स, भारत मोबिलिटी, एंड नाउ इट इज भारत बिल्डकॉन फॉर द एंटायर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंड बिल्डिंग मटेरियल्स कैटेगरीज। तो कौन सा सेक्टर से मेजोरिटी, तो हमारा लास्ट 11 ऑफ द जुलाई सीएम सर से मीटिंग हुआ था पीयूष गोयल जी से। तो कुछ सेक्टर्स पर्सनली भी उसने इन्वॉल्वमेंट लेके हम लोगों को ऐड कराए थे कि आप जितना भी बिल्डिंग मटेरियल्स है, इवन इंटीरियर एंड एक्सटीरियर पार्ट, डेकोरेटिव पार्ट को भी आप इंक्लूड कीजिए। तो मॉड्यूलर किचन, प्लाईवुड, लेमिनेट, सीपीवीसी फिटिंग, हार्डवेयर, बाथरूम फिटिंग, डेकोरेटिव पेंट्स, जिप्सम, सीमेंट, स्टील, ये अपना ग्लू एडहेसिव्स हो गया, लाइटिंग सॉल्यूशन हो गया, ग्लास, विंडोज, इलेक्ट्रिक, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी, एलिवेटर, एस्केलेटर्स, फायर सेफ्टी, देन आफ्टर कंस्ट्रक्शन मशीनरी, स्केफोल्डिंग, रबर्स के जो पार्ट्स लगते हैं कंस्ट्रक्शन में वो हो गया, ग्रीन सॉल्यूशन, कारपेट्स, मॉड्यूलर बिल्डिंग्स और होम ऑटोमाइजेशन। तो जितनी भी टेक्नोलॉजीज है और जो जो भी सेक्टर्स हैं, सबको एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लेके आने के लिए सर ने स्ट्रॉन्ग सजेस्ट किया है। तो ये जो एनुअल जो भी इवेंट रहेगा उसके अंदर एंटायर द बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन मटेरियल को इक्वली वेटेज देके हर एक सेक्टर्स को एक प्लेटफॉर्म में लेके आने का ये गवर्नमेंट का प्रयास है। हमारा सेकेंड ईयर का जो एडिशन का लॉन्चिंग है, जैसे हम लोगों ने फर्स्ट एडिशन लॉन्च किया था अपना मोरबी में, तो सेकेंड एडिशन हम लोग लॉन्च कर रहे हैं दिल्ली में 29 ऑफ अगस्त। हमारा रिसेंटली ही ये डेट कंफर्म हुआ है। तो विद द हेल्प ऑफ नारेडको इज द एसोसिएशन के जिसमें ऑल इंडिया के डेवलपर्स उसके मेंबर्स हैं, एंड नारेडको इज द एसोसिएशन अंडर द हाउसिंग मिनिस्ट्री। तो जैसे हमारा कैपेक्सिल मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स के अंडर का एसोसिएशन है, ऐसे ही जैसे क्रेडाई एसोसिएशन है, ऐसे ही नारेडको है जिसके अंदर ऑलमोस्ट 20,000 टॉप बिल्डर्स, डेवलपर्स जो है उसके मेंबर्स हैं। तो उसका एक कन्वेंशन है, नेशनल कन्वेंशन इन दिल्ली। तो ऑन दैट टाइम हाउसिंग मिनिस्ट्री विल बी देयर, दिल्ली के चीफ मिनिस्टर भी वहां पे रहेंगे, और उसके जो चेयरमैन है डॉक्टर निरंजन हीरानंदानी जी, ही इज द चेयरपर्सन ऑफ द नारेडको। तो वो हमारे लॉन्चिंग में अपने चीफ गेस्ट रहेंगे, और कर्टन रेजिंग है हम लोग दिल्ली में 29 ऑफ अगस्त विद द प्रेजेंस ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट 700 समथिंग टॉप डेवलपर्स वहां पे रहेंगे 2 दिन। तो ये हमारा जो नेक्स्ट मंथ में है वो लॉन्चिंग दिल्ली से अपना स्टार्ट होगा। उससे पहले भी हम लोग कुछ रोड शोज प्लान कर रहे हैं। तो एंटायर द ईयर हमारा ऑल इंडिया इसको प्रमोशन के लिए रोड शोज रहेंगे। तो मेजोरिटी द फोकस क्या है भारत बिल्डकॉन का, कौन कौन से विजिटर्स को हम लोग टारगेट कर रहे हैं, तो ऑब्वियस के इंटरनेशनल एग्जीबिशंस हम लोग इसको टैगलाइन से हम लोग प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं। तो लास्ट ईयर भी 700 समथिंग फॉरेन बायर्स ने विजिट किया था विद द डिफरेंट पॉकेट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। तो इस टाइम पे भी हमारा फॉरेन बायर्स के ऊपर तो फोकस रहेगा ही रहेगा। साथ साथ में हम लोग डोमेस्टिक के ऊपर भी बड़ा फोकस करने वाले हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ डीलर, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, आर्किटेक्ट, इंटीरियर्स, लार्ज रिटेलर्स हो गए, गवर्नमेंट प्रोजेक्ट जो कर रहे हैं वो कंपनीज रहेगी, इंटीरियर डेकोरेटर्स, बिल्डर्स, रियल एस्टेट के बाकी एसोसिएशंस के थ्रू हम लोग डेवलपर्स को बुलाएंगे, कॉन्ट्रैक्टर हो गया, गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स, प्रोक्योरमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स हो गया। तो ये गवर्नमेंट सपोर्टेड है विद द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्रीज। तो ऑब्वियस अभी इस टाइम हमारा फोकस है कि हम लोग हाउसिंग मिनिस्ट्री को भी ऑन बोर्ड करेंगे, रोड एंड ट्रांसपोर्ट मिनिस्ट्री को भी ऑन बोर्ड करेंगे। उसके माध्यम थ्रू जितने भी लार्ज फॉर्मेट डेवलपर्स है लाइक L&T, साकोंजी पालोंजी हो गया, अदानी इंफ्रा है, तो जितने भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रिलेटेड बड़े प्लेयर्स हैं उसको भी हम लोग डेफिनेटली इन्वाइट करेंगे। CPWD डिपार्टमेंट लास्ट ईयर भी हमारा वहां पे सेमिनार था, उसका NCCB का भी था। तो गवर्नमेंट बड़े प्रोक्योरमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स भी वहां पे रहेंगे। साथ साथ में सर ने एक बहुत अच्छा सजेशन दिया था कि आप इसमें बड़े डेवलपर्स को भी इनवाइट कीजिए, वो भी यहाँ पे बूथ लगाए। बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स, इंडिया के जितने जितने भी बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स हो रहे हैं उसको भी हम इस प्लेटफॉर्म के थ्रू हाईलाइट्स करेंगे। तो हम लोगों ने नारेड को ये प्रपोजल दिया और नारेडको ने एक्सेप्ट किया, और इंक्लूडिंग द निरंजन हीरानंदन जी, उसने भी ये प्रपोजल को एक्सेप्ट किया और उसने कमिट किया कि हम लोग जितने भी इंडिया के बड़े डेवलपर्स हैं पैरेलली अपने वेन्यू पे ही एक प्रॉपर्टी शो वो लोग ऑर्गेनाइज करेंगे और इंडिया के टॉप मोस्ट बिल्डर्स को वो इनवाइट करेंगे और वहां पे एग्जिबिट करेंगे। तो सर का वो विजन था कि जैसे बड़े डेवलपर्स आएंगे 4 दिन अपने एग्जीबिशन में, साथ में उसका बूथ रहेगा, तो जो भी सप्लायर्स है उसको एक इजी एक्सेस मिलेगा उसके साथ में नेटवर्किंग करने का, मिलने का। और सेमिनार्स जो रहेंगे तो नारेड को विल बी ऑर्गेनाइज दी अवार्ड शो। तो वहां पे एक अवार्ड शो भी रहने वाला है विद द हेल्प ऑफ नारेड को। तो जो टॉप बिल्डर्स है उसको वो वहां पे अवार्ड्स और सेमिनार्स करेंगे। तो एंटायर दी इकोसिस्टम ऑफ द बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन मटेरियल को जोड़ने का ये नंबर प्रयास है। सरकार के माध्यम थ्रू हम लोग जो भी ये कर रहे हैं वो एक बड़े स्केल पे इसको लेके जाके वर्ल्ड वाइज इसको प्रमोट करने का, जैसे चाइना में अगेन मैंने बताया कि कैंटोन, तो ऐसे इंडिया में भी एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म बने कि वर्ल्ड को अट्रैक्ट करे। एंटायर द इकोसिस्टम, एंटायर द इंडस्ट्रीज एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लेके आने का प्रयास है। और ऑटोमेटिकली जैसे ये लार्ज स्केल पे लेके जाएंगे तो वर्ल्ड का अट्रैक्शन ये बनेगा, और विकसित भारत 2047 का जो मिशन है उसमें एक स्टेप आगे जाने के लिए ये हेल्प करेगा। तो दिस इज द एंटायर सिनेरियो ऑफ भारत बिल्डकॉन। कौन कौन से सेगमेंट्स के लिए है, क्या विजन है। तो ये एग्जीबिशंस का जैसे मैंने बताया कि एक सिंगल लाइन विजन है कि मिशन बिल्ड भारत, हमारा एक टैगलाइन है, मिशन बिल्ड भारत अंतर्गत इस प्लेटफॉर्म को वर्ल्ड के अंदर प्रमोट करना है और वर्ल्ड के अंदर साथ जितने भी अपॉर्चुनिटीज है तो इस अपॉर्चुनिटीज हम लोग कैसे इंडिया में लेके आए इस सेगमेंट्स के लिए, तो उसके लिए हम लोग पूरा ये प्रयास कर रहे हैं। तो लास्ट टाइम जिन जिन मेंबर्स ने विजिट किया होगा, जिसने भी पता होगा उसको एक लेवल का ब्रीफ होगा, बट ये वापस एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला कि वाइब्रेंट बिल्डकॉन से भी भारत बिल्डकॉन बनेगा, तो क्या रीजन है और क्या स्ट्रेटेजी से हम लोग जाने वाले हैं। तो बट ऑब्वियस इंटरनेशनल एंड डोमेस्टिक दोनों लेवल पे हम लोग इसमें इस टाइम पे मैक्सिमम एफर्ट्स लगा के वी विल गेट द रिजल्ट। तो थैंक यू सो मच once again, Kuntal ji and entire the CAPEXIL team, and especially Ghosh Dada. He is the very mentors and the मोटिवेटर रहे हैं। जब भी हम लोगों को कुछ भी आगे जाने के लिए कहीं पे अगर रुक रहा है तो पर्सनली ही इज गाइड एंड एज एन पेरेंटिंग रोल में है। तो वी फॉर्चुनेट कि हम लोगों को ये जो लीडर्स हैं वो लीडर्स के लीडर से मेंटरशिप मिल रही है और हम लोग आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। तो once again thank you all the participants and the CAPEXIL. Thank you.
Thank you, Jitendra bhai. Since there is only 1 minute left, I do have one single question for you.
जी सर।
जितेंद्र भाई, लास्ट एडिशन का वाइब्रेंट बिल्डकॉन का बिजनेस जनरेशन के बारे में कुछ बोला नहीं कि कितना, जस्ट वन आई मीन दिस थिंग वर्ड, हाउ मच वाज द बिजनेस जनरेशन? डू यू हैव द आई मीन दिस थिंग फिगर रेडी विद यू?
सर उसमें अगर बिजनेस जनरेशन की बात करें तो इट इज क्वाइट कॉन्फिडेंस फॉर द एग्जिबिटर्स। हम लोगों ने काफी प्रयास किया है टू गेट द एग्जैक्ट डेटा फ्रॉम द एग्जिबिटर्स, बट
टेंटेटिवली कुछ तो रिपोर्ट हम लोगों की दिया था एक्चुअली हिस्ट्री में। तो एनीवे
तो
अच्छा
जी
बिकॉज़
उसमें नंबर्स ऑफ फिगर की अगर हम लोग बात करें उससे उतना हम लोगों को डिटेलिंग में, क्योंकि ये लॉन्ग टर्म एसोसिएशन रहता है और अभी एग्जीबिशन खत्म हुआ है, ऑलमोस्ट 3 महीना हुआ है अपना। 20 अपना अप्रैल में 17 को ये अपना लास्ट डे था, तो ऑलमोस्ट 3 मंथ्स है। तो 3 मंथ्स में हम लोगों ने वन टाइम्स रिव्यू लिया था कि कितने डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, कितना एक्सपोर्ट के ऑर्डर्स आए हैं तो मेजोरिटी अगर हम लोग काउंट करें तो अपने 150 एग्जिबिटर्स थे, राइट। तो जिसका भी जो गवर्नमेंट का, डोमेस्टिक का, ओईएम का, एक्सपोर्ट का जिस गोल से लोग आए थे, जो भी एग्जिबिटर्स ने पार्टिसिपेशन किया था, रिस्पेक्टेड एग्जिबिटर्स ने, तो एवरी मेंबर सेज कि उसको एक्सपोर्ट्स के लिए भी काफी अच्छे ऑर्डर्स मिले हैं, और डोमेस्टिक के लिए भी जिन लोगों का ओईएम फोकस था, तो हम
Right.
लोगों के पास में वीडियो कंटेंट में भी हम लोगों ने सबका
Actually,
टेस्टिमोनियल्स
I have
लिए
given
हैं
the
of
yeah
every
yeah.
exhibitors.
So all the participants I will post the link over here for the videos and the feedback for the Vibrant Welcome over here. If anyone who wish to see, they can see. Okay, I have I mean this posted the link for all the Vibrant Welcome. I mean this feedback of the participants. Whatever
Yes,
the
yes.
link is, I mean this videos are there. Thank you, Jitendra bhai. Now 1:45. We are also 1 minute late. Kasture sir is already came in sharp at 11:45. So over to Kasture sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
So these are the articles which you have to study carefully well. Each article will explain you जो रूल्स ऑफ ओरिजिन की जरूरतें हैं, इसको एक बार अच्छी तरह से समझ लेना चाहिए। क्योंकि होता क्या है, कोई भी मिस्टेक अगर आप एक बार कर लेंगे ना, उसको करेक्ट करना भारी काम है। Our approach should be not reactive but more proactive. और ये स्टडी करना इतना मुश्किल नहीं है। This is all available and very easy to understand. So that is not a problem. Now let us come to a very interesting topic, and I would definitely like to explain more on this. But having understood the basics of FTAs, what is most important, एक एग्रीमेंट साइन हो गया, चलो इस तारीख से मुझे ये ड्यूटी कंसेशन मिलेगा। बट इन स्पाइट ऑफ दिस, ये सिचुएशन है, मुझे जाके मार्केट करना है, मुझे देखना है, और मुझे कुछ चीजें समझनी है जो एफटीए से आती है, जो मार्केट कंडीशन से आती है। और ये एब्सोल्युटली जरूरी है ये करना, क्योंकि अगर हम इसको नहीं करेंगे तो फिर एक्चुअल इंक्रीज इन एक्सपोर्ट्स होगा नहीं। जब मैं ये चाहता हूं कि मेरा टर्नओवर बढ़े, तो मुझे कई सारे स्टेप्स लेने पड़ते हैं, जो एफटीए से रिलेटेड स्टेप्स है, एंड इन जनरल जो स्टेप्स है, आई विल ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन ऑल ऑफ देम टू यू। फर्स्ट most important aspect is identifying the potential market. मेरी सिंपल सोच है, you are a member of Export Promotion Council, take the details from them, which are the top 10 countries where your particular product is exported. आपका एचएस कोड क्या है, 8 डिजिट एचएस कोड के हिसाब से टॉप 10 कंट्रीज की लिस्ट निकालिए।
Sir, is there a slide or presentation? Sorry to interrupt you.
This is a slide.
No, we are not able to see that, sir.
You're not able to see the slide?
No, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. Can you see the slide
yeah,
now?
now it's visible. Yes.
Okay, fine. So एचएस कोड के बेसिस पर टॉप 10 कंट्रीज की डिटेल्स निकालिए टू बिगिन विथ। उसमें से 5 कंट्रीज सिलेक्ट करिए वेयर इट इज पॉसिबल फॉर यू टू एंटर। ये मैं क्यों कह रहा हूं? When your export promotion council gives you the top 10 countries, Indian product is already accepted in those countries. आपका product पता है. You are not the first person entering the new market. If you are a company of small size or medium size, do this. If you are a large company and you have capability of spending more money for market research, then let us look at what can be done. But हमेशा एक छोटी सी बात समझ लीजिए, अपने इंडियन स्टाइल से समझाऊं तो यू आर फ्रॉम अ विलेज में एक मार्केट है, एक दुकान है, फिर आप तालुका प्लेस में जाते हो, वहाँ 5 दुकानें हैं, फिर आप जिला में जाते हो, वहाँ 35 दुकानें हैं आपके प्रोडक्ट की, फिर आप स्टेट में जाते हो, वहाँ हो सकता है 5000 दुकानें हो, फिर आप ऑल स्टेट्स में जाते हो, कंट्री लाइक इंडिया, मे बी यू आर फाइटिंग विद 50,000 people, and then you go to a country, and then you have a large market of 200 countries. ये मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूं कि 10 कंट्रीज, 5 कंट्रीज, फोकस कंट्रीज टू बिगिन विद, टू गिव यू अ सेटलमेंट once you are properly established but not in single market. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि एक मार्केट में हमें बहुत अच्छी, because of a relationship or something we are getting something, that doesn't automatically mean. Then there is one more problem, and that problem is our uncle called Mr. Trump. वो रोज एक नई चीज लाते हैं, इसमें इस कंट्री को ये ड्यूटी लगेगी, उस कंट्री को वो ड्यूटी लगेगी. Suddenly you will find your product is becoming competitive in one particular area, not becoming competitive in another particular area, because duties are pretty high. It creates a big problem for you. Therefore, identify the markets well. This is your first thing to do. Second thing that you are supposed to do is a new terminology called pastel analysis. Critically important for you to understand. Earlier, this word was paste analysis. This is a new thinking originating from Germany. Pastel analysis. What is pastel analysis? It is a short form. Political, economical, socio-cultural, technological, environmental and legal factors. अब थोड़ा बारीकी से सोच के देखिए. Political factors. There are new terminologies coming after the incidence of FTAs. Please note them. Those terminologies are friendshoring and nearshoring. Friendshoring, buying from a country which is friendly. Nearshoring, buying from a country which is in close proximity. ये क्यों जरूरी हो गया? ये इसलिए जरूरी हो गया कि there are geopolitical differences, there are technological differences, there are relationship differences, और ये सारी relationship in a very short span of time can create problems. दो एग्जाम्पल आपको देना चाहता हूं. पहला एग्जाम्पल है रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन इंडिया एंड रशिया. रशिया पे EU से सैंक्शन लगे. Our import from Russia, particularly of petroleum products, have increased substantially. Our export of petroleum product to Europe also increased substantially. क्यों हुआ? हम जिम्मेदार नहीं है, कोई थर्ड कंट्री जिम्मेदार. There is a political problem in Bangladesh. फिर आपने पढ़ा होगा कि बांग्लादेश में इस पोर्ट पर रिस्ट्रिक्शन आएगा, इस रोड पर रिस्ट्रिक्शन आएगा, एक ही चैनल आप फॉलो कर पाओगे, इस पोर्ट से ही मटेरियल अलाउ करेंगे. कल तक जो स्मूथ हो रहा था वो आज नहीं हो रहा है. और ये सिचुएशन बहुत ज्यादा डिस्टर्बिंग है करंट सिनारियो में. उसके दो कारण मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं. पहला कारण ये कि जब रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर शुरू हुआ तब लोगों ने सोचा था कि 3-4 वीक में खत्म हो जाएगा। वो 3 साल हो गए, अभी भी चल रहा है। पैलेस्टाइन इजराइल कंटिन्यूस। सुएज कैनाल से आने वाले मटेरियल का फ्रेट बढ़ गया, सुएज कैनाल से जाने वाले मटेरियल का भी फ्रेट बढ़ गया। These are issues that needs to be studied. पॉलिटिकल अनसर्टेनिटी है, इसलिए दो टर्म ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो गई। कौन आपका फ्रेंड है उससे आप बाय करेंगे, या कौन आपका करीबी है उससे आप बाय करेंगे। उस हिसाब से सारे फ्यूचर डिस्कशन होंगे। सो पॉलिटिकल एनवायरनमेंट, इकोनॉमिकल एनवायरनमेंट is critical for you to study. Never forget that. Then comes socio-cultural. Socio-cultural का मतलब है भाषा, कल्चर, एक्सचेंज करना, लैंग्वेज, क्वालिटी ऑफ सर्विसेज, रिलेशनशिप्स, which is for a single company to develop. मेरा अप्रोच चीजों की तरफ किस तरह का है, इसमें सर्विसेज और डॉक्यूमेंटेशन प्लेज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल। और हमेशा आप उल्टे ढंग से सोचिए, आपको इमीडिएटली समझ में आ जाएगा कि अगर कोई चीज मैं इंपोर्ट कर रहा हूं और सामने वाले ने ठीक से नहीं है, दिन डिले हो गई, मेरे इन्वेंटरी में प्रॉब्लम हो गया, मेरे प्रोडक्शन में प्रॉब्लम हो गया, मेरी डिटेंशन कॉस्ट में प्रॉब्लम हो गया, एन नंबर ऑफ चेंजेस हैव टेकन प्लेस, आई हैव टू थिंक अबाउट इट। मेरे पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं। सो परफेक्ट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, प्रॉपर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन is critically important. One more part you must understand, most of the documentation in international trade today is online. अभी नया बिल ऑफ लैंडिंग का बिल पास हुआ है पार्लियामेंट में। What is the net result of that bill of lading? The net result of that bill of lading is, bill of lading will also come in electronic format. Certificate of origin will be available in electronic format. The day they are uploaded, they will be seen on the customs website. Custom is using technology, blockchain, जो नई टेक्नोलॉजीज है कस्टम डिपार्टमेंट यूज करता है। So you will have to keep abreast with what is happening in terms of documentation, in terms of technology, in terms of transfer of documents. And then there are two issues which have been introduced. One is environment and second is legal. Environment is a very serious issue. एक दिन में इधर का उधर हो जाता है। सिरेमिक जैसी चीज है। एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल लेते हैं, सिरेमिक टाइल्स। अगर कोई बड़े बहाव में बिल्डिंगें टूट गई, बह गई, suddenly this product will be required. Steel will be required, cement will be required, reconstruction is required. But simultaneously सामने वाली कंट्री वो कहेगी कि मुझे एनवायरमेंटल फ्रेंडली प्रोडक्ट चाहिए, क्योंकि मैं इस टाइप के डिजास्टर रोज के रोज देखना नहीं चाहता हूं। हम भी चेंज करते हैं ना। एक सिचुएशन जब संभली नहीं जाती तो वी ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट आंसर्स। एनवायरमेंट का प्रॉब्लम यह है कि डिस्ट्रक्शन हैपेंस इन वन डे, उसको तैयार करने में सालों लग जाते। इसलिए environmental factors have become necessary. Legal factors have also become necessary because when countries become protectionist, there would be more requirements to follow, legal requirements to follow. फिर standards आएंगे, फिर environmental tag आएंगे, फिर tariff barrier आएंगे, फिर trade barrier आएंगे। वो देखना जरूरी है, ये करना पड़ेगा। फिर कल्चरल फैक्टर स्टडी करने पड़ेंगे। अगर आप यूएस में जाते हैं और वहाँ एक्सपोर्टर है, उसको जो ट्रेनिंग मिल रही है, उसमें एक ट्रेनिंग में ये चीज भी डाली हुई है कि इफ यू आर ट्रेडिंग विथ इंडिया एंड यू वांट टू विजिट सम इंडियन फेलो एंड ही इनवाइट्स यू टू हिज होम, ये आप चेक करें कि जूते अलाउड है कि नहीं है। आप लोकल लैंग्वेज में बात करें, भले 2 सेंटेंस, कनेक्टिविटी बढ़ती है। इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट। और दिस इज सो वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, क्योंकि बिजनेस क्या है? बिजनेस अल्टीमेटली इज ए रिलेशनशिप. सो कल्चरल फैक्टर्स को स्टडी करना, एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर को स्टडी करना, लीगल फैक्टर्स को स्टडी करना, और उसके लिए ये भी जरूरी है कि आपको लिटरेचर का नॉलेज हो, स्पोर्ट्स का नॉलेज हो, लैंग्वेज का नॉलेज हो. क्योंकि किसी ने आपको डिनर पे बुलाया, किसी बायर ने बुलाया, 1 घंटा क्या बात करेंगे आप? कितनी बार उससे कहेंगे मेरा प्रोडक्ट बड़ा अच्छा है, मेरा प्रोडक्ट बड़ा अच्छा है, मेरा प्रोडक्ट बड़ा अच्छा है, मेरी प्राइस इज वेरी कॉम्पिटिटिव. कितनी बार? 2-3 मिनट, 5 मिनट से ज्यादा नहीं कह पाएंगे. बात क्या करेंगे? साउथ अमेरिका जाते हैं, साउथ अमेरिका में गेम है फुटबॉल. थोड़ा फुटबॉल में अपडेट रहिए, उनको क्या पसंद है, किस पे आप बात कर सकते हैं. कोई भी चीज वन साइडेड नहीं होती. इसका भी स्टडी करना, इसको समझना जरूरी है. एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स, जो फैक्टर आप आज या कल डेफिनेटली फेस करेंगे, particularly in UK, Europe, in Japan, in Australia, in all major developed countries, that is called carbon tax, commonly known as CBAM, Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. अगर आपके प्रोडक्ट में कार्बन फुटप्रिंट है, कार्बन फुटप्रिंट कहां से आता है? ट्रांसपोर्टेशन से आता है, बिकॉज आप डीजल यूज करते हो. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेशन से आता है, इफ यू आर यूजिंग थर्मल पावर. Counting of carbon footprint, getting offsetting of that will have to be your study, though it might be applicable from 1st January 2026 or from 1st January 2027. Long term में आपको ये भी सोचना पड़ेगा how you shift towards renewable energy. Particularly for ceramic industry, this is critically important. Cost of electricity is very high. It contributes to your FOB value, your process manufacturing. So these are issues, they have to be considered. Weather and climate conditions have to be considered. Biodiversity efforts, conservation efforts of the countries have to be considered, because your product has to be eco-friendly. We are talking of 2030. 5 साल की अगर हम बात करते हैं, I can guarantee you all the developed countries, all the bigger countries are going to ask you this question, कि आपका प्रोडक्ट इको फ्रेंडली है कि नहीं है? अगर है तो आपने क्या किया है? ये जरूरी है, इसको आप पढ़िए. Legal factors, there are 2 issues, very serious issues. They are also discussed under all FTAs, and they are called tariff and non-tariff barriers. Understand these 2 things carefully. Tariff means duty. Non-tariff barriers are entry barriers. इसको हम कैसे समझे? अगर ड्यूटी बढ़ती है, प्रोडक्ट नॉन कॉम्पिटिटिव हो जाता है. अगर ड्यूटी घटती है, प्रोडक्ट कॉम्पिटिटिव हो जाता है. 10% लगने वाली ड्यूटी 0% हो गई, my margins will improve, my competitiveness will improve. और अगर मेरे प्रोडक्ट पे एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी लग गई, सेफगार्ड ड्यूटी लग गई, काउंटरवेलिंग ड्यूटी लग गई, इंपोर्टर मुझसे बाय नहीं करेगा. हर कंट्री ये सोचने वाली है. टेरिफ कंसिडरेशन विल बी पार्ट ऑफ ऑल कंट्रीज स्ट्रेटेजी. This has to be understood. Second part to be understood is non-tariff barriers. हम सुनते बहुत है, लेकिन कई बार छोटी चीजें हमें पता नहीं होती. What is a non-tariff barrier? Non-tariff barrier is entry barrier. आपका प्रोडक्ट अंदर आने से मैं रोक रहा हूं. इसके भी अपने तरीके हैं. 3-4 तरीके मैं आपको समझाऊंगा, which is very common. So tariff barriers are charges imposed on imports. Every country can do this. We are doing this. हमारी जो एंटी डंपिंग की केसेस चलती है, चाइना के खिलाफ चलती है, they are primarily charges, additional charges imposed on imports, and they will reduce the margin of the exporter. अगर ये बर्डन ज्यादा है तो आप एक्सपोर्ट ही नहीं कर पाओगे. नॉन टेरिफ बैरियर्स जो हैं वो एंट्री बैरियर्स है. दे डिनाई मार्केट एक्सेस. मतलब आपका प्रोडक्ट जा ही नहीं सकता. अब इसको कैसे समझे और इसके रिलेशन में लैंडेड कॉस्ट को कैसे समझे? तो let us understand tariff barriers and non-tariff barriers. Tariff barrier का मतलब है ड्यूटी. अपार्ट फ्रॉम नॉर्मल कस्टम ड्यूटी, बेसिक कस्टम ड्यूटी प्लस सोशल वेलफेयर सरचार्ज आप पे करते हो, IGST आप पे करते हो, उस पर आपको क्रेडिट मिलता है. बेसिक कस्टम ड्यूटी का कोई क्रेडिट नहीं है, इट इज अ कॉस्ट टू यू. अगर आपके प्रोडक्ट पे एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी लग गई, दैट इज अ कॉस्ट. सेफगार्ड ड्यूटी लग गई, दैट इज कॉस्ट. प्रिवेलिंग ड्यूटी लग. एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी तब लगती है जब प्रोडक्ट इज डंप, unfair trade practice, sold at a lower price compared to domestic market. Safeguard duty तब लगती है जब because of FTA excessive import होता है किसी भी कंट्री में. और काउंटरवेलिंग ड्यूटी तब लगती है जब एक्सपोर्ट करने वाली कंट्री किसी टाइप का इंसेंटिव देती है. These becomes product specific, country specific measures. और नॉन टेरिफ मेजर्स में फर्स्ट मेजर है लाइसेंसिंग. मेरी गवर्नमेंट कहती है ये प्रोडक्ट इंपोर्ट करने के लिए आपको इंपोर्ट लाइसेंस लेना पड़ेगा. इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर गवर्नमेंट मुझे इंपोर्ट लाइसेंस मना करती है तो प्रोडक्ट में इंपोर्ट ले नहीं सकता. गवर्नमेंट इज कंट्रोलिंग एंट्री. कोई भी कंट्री की गवर्नमेंट ये कर सकती. अगर मुझे ऐसा नहीं करना हो तो क्वांटिटेटिव रिस्ट्रिक्शन, जिसको कहते हैं QR और कहते हैं कोटा, कि मैं इंपोर्ट अलाउ करूंगा बट लिमिटेड क्वांटिटी को अलाउ करूंगा. एक बार मेरा डिस्कशन हो रहा था विद अ जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी इन मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड ही वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट इंडिया मॉरिशस एग्रीमेंट. और उन्होंने कहा कि देखिए सर, ऐसी बात हो जाती है कभी कभी कि इंटरेस्ट दोनों कंट्री के संभालने पड़ते हैं. मॉरिशस शुगर एक्सपोर्ट करना चाहता है इंडिया को बिकॉज दैट इज वन ऑफ देयर मेजर प्रोडक्ट्स. और हमारे पास डोमेस्टिक शुगर इतनी ज्यादा है, इंपोर्ट करना नहीं चाहते. सही बात है, शुगर का प्रोडक्शन इंडिया में है ही, वी डोंट नीड एनी इंपोर्ट. लेकिन मॉरिशस को नाराज भी नहीं करना चाहते. तो हम क्या करेंगे? हम एक छोटी क्वांटिटी कोटा में डाल देंगे कि 1000 टन्स विल अलाउ इंपोर्ट इनटू इंडिया. अब मेरे यहाँ अगर शुगर भी 1000 टन 2000 टन इंपोर्ट परमिट कर रहा हूं, मेरा लोकल मार्केट डिस्टर्ब नहीं होने वाला है. बट आई विल गिव अ सैटिस्फाइंग सॉल्यूशन टू अ स्मॉल कंट्री कॉल्ड मॉरिशस कि ठीक है, उसके बदले में मैं कोई और कंसेशन इन टूरिज्म या किसी और जगह यूज करूंगा. दिस द सेकंड पार्ट. थर्ड पार्ट इज टेक्निकल स्टैंडर्ड्स. आप ये सुन रहे होंगे, रोज ही आप सुनते हैं BIS स्टैंडर्ड्स, एनी स्टैंडर्ड दैट इज इम्पोज्ड. Again, technical standards can be imposed by both the countries. Some standards are essential. Some standards are इसका भी स्टडी करना जरूरी है. How FTA is going to help you? A negotiation of FTA can have approval on technical standards. इसमें कॉस्ट कैसे घटेगी? कॉस्ट ऐसे घटेगी कि अगर गवर्नमेंट ये निगोशिएट करती है यूके से, देखो भाई जो प्रोडक्ट हमारे यहाँ से आपके यहाँ एक्सपोर्ट होगा, इट विल बी अप्रूव्ड बाय इंडियन लेबोरेटरी, और उस प्रोडक्ट को आप एक्सेप्ट करेंगे, आप कंफर्मेशन देंगे. तो मुझे किसी फॉरेन लेबोरेटरी से सर्टिफिकेट लेना नहीं, मेरी कॉस्ट कम. मेरा स्टेटस म्यूचुअल रिकॉग्निशन एग्रीमेंट. मेरा स्टेटस क्या है? मेरा स्टेटस ये है कि आई एम AEO, ऑथराइज इकोनॉमिक ऑपरेटर, एक्सपोर्टर हूं, टायर 2. मेरे गुड्स विल बी एडमिटेड विदाउट इंस्पेक्शन. मेरी इंस्पेक्शन की कॉस्ट ओवरसीज अगर मेरा कंटेनर खुलता है तो वो कम हो जाती. So every exporter should understand tariff barriers in the country where he wants to export and non-tariff barriers in the country where he wants to export. मैं यहाँ से export करता हूँ तो मेरी EXIM policy, import export policy पढ़ता हूँ, foreign trade policy पढ़ता हूँ, उस country की भी foreign trade policy और custom tariff मुझे पढ़ना चाहिए to get an idea. जैसे मैंने कहा कि इंडियन ट्रेड पोर्टल पर आप जाएंगे तो आपको इंपोर्ट के रिलेटेड डिटेल्स उस कंट्री की मिल सकती है. कई सारी वेबसाइट्स हैं जिस पर आपको ये डिटेल्स मिल सकते हैं. ये आपको लेने चाहिए, ये आपको पढ़ने चाहिए. अनफॉर्चुनेट पार्टीज इन इंडिया फाइलिंग ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट्स, हम किसी चीज के डेप्थ में जाने की कोशिश कम करते हैं. माय रिक्वेस्ट टू यू, ये कोशिश करिए. इसलिए करिए, एक्सपोर्ट का टारगेट बढ़ा है, एफटी का नेगोशिएशन बढ़ा है, FTAs will be entered into. I am sure by 2027 you will have at least 100 countries under FTA negotiation, concluded negotiation. तो आपको रूल्स ऑफ ओरिजिन पढ़ने पड़ेंगे, आपको इन सारी चीजों का ख्याल रखना पड़ेगा. And it is essential for you to do. इसलिए इसको आप पढ़िए. कुछ इकोनॉमिक इंडिकेटर्स हैं. Currency, what is the calculation of currency? Rupee value अगर 78 से against a dollar 78 से 85 हो जाती, this depreciation of currency in Indian rupee has given you higher margins because your product continues to be at $1. आपको 78 रुपए मिलते थे, उसकी जगह 85 मिलेंगे. अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट लोकली मैन्युफैक्चर्ड है, इंपोर्ट आप कर नहीं रहे हैं, दैट इंक्रीजेस योर कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस. करेंसी फ्लक्चुएशंस कैसे हो रहे हैं उसको आप देखिए, बिकॉज दिस फ्लक्चुएशंस हेल्प यू प्रॉफिट मार्जिन्स, मार्केट एक्सेस बोथ. इन्फ्लेशन इज अनदर इशू, वेरी क्रिटिकल इशू. इन्फ्लेशन का बढ़ रही है तो आपका बाइंग पैटर्न बदलता है. फिर बाइंग आप सोचने लग जाते हो इसेंशियल क्या है, नॉन इसेंशियल क्या है. नॉन इसेंशियल में कम खर्चा होता है, इसेंशियल में ज्यादा खर्चा होता है. कंट्री की स्टेटस क्या है. अगेन दीज आर research factors that you should look into, and they are available. There are so many sources available today. If you are really interested, you will be able to know this. Third is population. आपके प्रोडक्ट के लिए उसका यूज क्या है, उसका एंड यूज क्या है, कहाँ यूज होने वाला है, कौन उसको यूज करेगा, व्हाट इज द प्रैक्टिकल डिमांड, व्हाट इज द मार्केट साइज. ये सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी. एक्शन इज ऑलवेज डन बाय अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. मैंने नहीं देखा है किसी एलिफेंट को या किसी डियर को या किसी पेड़ को कि मुझे यही प्रोडक्ट चाहिए. दे डोंट से एनीथिंग. इट इज द ह्यूमन बीइंग सेज दिस. सो व्हाट इज योर स्ट्रेटजी, हाउ डू यू रीच देम, एंड व्हाट इज देयर मार्केट साइज. क्या डिमांड इस मार्केट की हो सकती है, उसका स्टडी करना. पर कैपिटा इनकम, so that will actually tell you इसकी परचेस पावर क्या है, what he will buy, what he will not buy. Interest rates, financing cost of international trade depends on interest rates. And the most important aspect, trade agreements negotiation reduces trade barriers, facilitates market access. And here they come out adoption of strategies, making your product more competitive, more acceptable, plays very, very important role. And one must study this very, very carefully. All these indicators enable us to make informed decisions, adopt strategies, and eventually have an impact on our landed cost. The term landed cost is critically important. clearance expenses, warehousing expenses, payment of duties, transportation expenses, any other miscellaneous expenses for reaching the product to the factory or to the consumer's desired place. Never be satisfied that this is CIF. Research, country-wise you research what should be the right landed cost, because 5 रुपए का फर्क भी will make a difference. ये सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है. हमारा जो थिंकिंग है CIF का, we should go to the landed cost. Then you automatically understand, because the major cost is duty cost. Duty, if it becomes zero for XYZ reasons, it will improve my competitiveness. And this cannot be questioned. This cannot be challenged. हमेशा आप उल्टा सोचिए कि अगर आप इंपोर्टर होते उसी प्रोडक्ट के, तो आपको क्या चाहिए होता? आपको टाइम से डिलीवरी चाहिए होती है, आपको क्वालिटी का कंफर्मेशन चाहिए होता है, आपको प्रोडक्ट की गारंटी चाहिए होती है, और आपको सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट कॉम्पिटिटिव कॉस्ट चाहिए होती है. एज एन इंपोर्टर जो आपको चाहिए होता है, व्हेन यू आर एन इंपोर्टर, प्रोटेक्टिंग दैट फ्रॉम यू, सेम चीजें वो आपसे उम्मीद कर रहा है. और इसमें FTA play an important role, because it doesn't only talk of goods, it talks of services, it talks of investment, it talks of joint ventures, it talks of benefits. Put together, आप इसको इस हिसाब से देख सकते हैं. Now let us go to some practical examples. और practical examples आपकी इंडस्ट्री. HS कोड वाइज मैं आपको दे रहा हूं. प्रोडक्ट 6902, which are the top 10 countries? What is the MFN rate? What is the normal custom duty rate? And where is the preferential treatment? ये प्रोडक्ट अगर आप एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, USA FTAs under negotiation.
Sorry to
Germany,
interrupt you,
Sir,
sir, again.
सर वो PPT थोड़ा नहीं दिख रहा है. अगर PPT थोड़ा
नहीं दिख रहा है वापस.
नहीं,
Okay,
नहीं.
एक सेकंड, एक मिनट. अरे फिर से नहीं दिख. यहां तक आपको दिख रहा था 54 तक. हेलो हेलो.
सर ये
प्रैक्टिकल
हाँ,
प्रैक्टिकल
अभी
एग्जाम्पल की स्लाइड दिख रहे हैं.
हाँ हाँ,
प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल.
मैं एक दो स्लाइड पीछे गया हूं. ये स्लाइड से. हाँ, अब ये 10 कंट्रीज हैं.
Sir, sorry, the slide is not moving.
Still not moving?
No, sir.
No, sir.
One second. Slide is not moving. Now, can you see this?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, can
Yes,
you
sir.
see the?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay, I'll keep moving again and again. So this is the product you are exporting to these 10 countries: USA, Germany, Mexico, UAE, Oman, Australia. Take actual statistical data, and then you find that ongoing negotiations कहाँ हो रहे हैं, MFN rate क्या है, custom duty के rate क्या है. यहाँ it doesn't impact much because the rate is small, except for UAE 5%, which has become 0%. To that extent, you got approval for a better possibility of exporting it to UAE. Now this is related to one HS code. You can do these calculations for all products that you think of. I would just like to give examples. These are the HS codes on the left hand side, all related to your industry. And these are the countries and where you find preferential rates or whatever has been agreed upon. So Germany, United Arab Emirates, United States of America, Oman, Mexico, wherever whatever is available is given in this particular column, which you can check. Another product 0 to 2010, then Spain, Turkey, France, Portugal, Australia. Now when you look at Australia, look at the last entry. It says CTSH plus 35% value addition QVC and qualifying value content, build up formula 45%, build down formula. In UK also will use similar kind of value addition percentage 35 से 45 है, but it will be between 35 and 45, 99%. When the notification gets issued, you can visit this website and you can practically look at this. That is something critically important for you to note. Now, how to go about checking this information? This is a practical tool I am trying to explain you. Indian Trade Portal. Go to Indian Trade Portal. Now look at, if you look at the bottom one, enter HS code of your product at 2, 4, 6 digit level. So there is a space that is shown, ITC HS code. You enter that code. Step 1. Step 2. Click on export to check details on export from India. So click on export, select export, check details on India. Step 3. Select export product at 8-digit level. You are selecting export product at 8-digit level. You have the description. You have the product HS code. 4. Select countries you are exporting to. Select up to 5 countries you want to check export details for. 5 countries at a time. You can do it multiple times. SAARC region, ASEAN region, EU region, etc., etc. Whatever is available, you can check from this particular aspect. Export related information available. How much information is available? Very interesting to see. You can see you can see what is interest subvention. You can see what is RODTP. You can also see GST and other levies. This is how you should look at the portal. Extremely, extremely important. Is this available to anyone? Yes. If I can take these details, you can take these details. No problem at all. Is the link provided to you? Yes, the link is provided to you. No problem on that issue also. You can look at this information. What we do, we normally ask our CHA to look into this. No, study this yourself. Make a chart. I would suggest make an Excel sheet. Now, how will you make an Excel sheet? What is your export product? What is the duty treatment under the countries where you wish to export? Put a third column. Is there any FTA? Either concluded, negotiated. Then put another column. What is the basic custom duty in that country? What is the VAT in that country? Then put next column. What is preferential duty? Then you write what is tariff notification. Make an Excel sheet. And when you file the document, use this Excel sheet. Suppose concessions are granted on annual basis. How many times you will have to do it again? You will have to do it again once in a year. Same thing, by using the same portal, you can do it for imports. What you can do for export, you can also do it for import. You look at here, I have selected on the right side column. When you look at select export to check details. Now you want to check details about imports on the left side, just next to earlier to word export, there is word import. Usko aap select kariye. It will give you all details related to that particular product. This is available. This all of us can do, and this is a very simple method. All you need to do is follow these 5 steps. Go to Indian Trade Portal, click on export to check details on export from India, put in HS codes, select export product at 8-digit level, select countries you are exporting to or you are importing from, and get the relevant information related. And this information goes export policy, duty drawback, interest, everything that is available as on date is available to you on one single portal. Then make an Excel sheet. Can you do this for imports? Yes. You can also do this for imports if your product is based on imports. And then that will give you real cost calculations. Then also put one more column. Is there any BIS standards applicable? Any other standard applicable? Anti-dumping duty applicable? You have to prepare yourself in this particular fashion. अगर आप सच में चाहते हो कि I should be ahead of things, I should prepare like this. मुझे EU की वेबसाइट्स पसंद है. पता है क्यों पसंद है? Because they always think in advance. मुझे कार्बन एडजस्टमेंट टैक्स लगाना है. कब से लगाना है? 1 जनवरी 2026. वेबसाइट पे डिटेल इंफॉर्मेशन कब बनेगी? एटलीस्ट 1 year in advance. Everybody can check. We should do this. This is critically important if you want to find out the proper landed cost of your product and the proper understanding of the subject. Further details. Export policy of India, duty drawback, remission of duties, everything. This is actual screenshot. You can check the product HS code wise. That is why again and again I am saying you must know your HS code correctly. Don't make a mistake in the HS code. And all these details can be found out by you. It is available. It's only an effort that you need to take to look into these aspects carefully well. So, having explained you what are the benefits, having explained you what is the concept, how to look at, how to survey, now we are coming to the conclusion aspect of it, and also to give you some future guidelines that also I will do. Considering our engagement in FTAs, we may have FTAs with 100+ countries. I am sure of this. Some countries offer you great opportunities. Please look into them carefully well. You have to study. You have to study like a family member's health. अच्छी तरह से इसको आप समझिए. दो तीन मेजर प्रॉब्लम आपके सामने इमीडिएटली आएंगे. What happens with our negotiation for USA? We'll have to check that. India-UK agreement actual implementation होने में कितना time लगेगा? How much time UK Parliament will take? How our negotiations with EU will continue? That also will have to be seen. But I'm sure that GCC is going ahead, New Zealand is going ahead, Canada was stalled, Canada is also going ahead. अफ्रीका भी कोई प्रॉब्लम मुझे लगता नहीं, EU का भी कोई प्रॉब्लम लगता नहीं. We have to conclude these details. And one more important aspect I must tell you, other countries are far more prepared and they will continue to be prepared. उसका कारण बिल्कुल अलग है. वो ये है कि India is one country today which has the highest population in the world. So you are a very big market, concentrated market where all products can be sold. हमें अपने इंपोर्ट्स कभी भी प्रमोट करने की जरूरत नहीं है, अपने आप हो जाएंगे. और पॉपुलेशन इज दैट लार्ज, इट ऑफर्स great opportunity for countries to look into and see. What we need to look at, what we need to see is how do I increase my global footprint, how do I increase my exports. And we have a huge target considering our export of 437 billion as on date. To make it to 1,000 billion in goods is a big issue. So in this particular case, any FTA will give you reduced duty concessions. Your landed cost for the importer will reduce. It will automatically make the Indian product more competitive and therefore more potential to increase exports. Agreement with reference to services is equally important because everything is not goods. There are services as well. Services also play a very, very important role. You have to sign. You can think of increasing this. Additional services can be provided. This will also help employment generations for skilled workforce. Remember, we have a target of 2,000 billion of exports, 1,000 billion in services, 1,000 billion in goods, and we need to achieve this by 2030. Government is promoting exports. We have to look at this more as an acceptable tool. FTAs contribute significantly to increasing global footprint. One more point I must bring it to your notice, critically important. There has been a lot of focus on incentivization. In 2013, 14 and 15, 3 साल का जब एवरेज कैलकुलेट किया गया एट द WTO लेवल, हमारी पर कैपिटा इनकम की जो लिमिट अप्रूव्ड थी WTO में $1,000 at the 1990 exchange rates. So up to 2015, you were allowed to give incentives. 2015 onwards, since we crossed $1,000 per capita income, you are not supposed to give incentives. When you are not supposed to give incentives, don't ask for incentives. अगर हम 31 मार्च 2023 फॉरेन ट्रेड पॉलिसी अनाउंस हुई, उस पॉलिसी के प्रेजेंटेशन में जाएंगे तो आपको एक बात पता चलेगी. उसमें एक वर्ड क्लियर लिखा हुआ है, इंडिया इज मूविंग फ्रॉम इंसेंटिवाइजेशन टू रेमिशन. तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? You have to concentrate on drawback, you have to concentrate on advance authorization, you have to concentrate on RODDP, because these are the actual benefit of export given to you in terms of indirect taxation. अभी भी हम सोचते हैं MEIS मिलता था 2%, 3%, DEP भी मिलता था 5%. नहीं, वो कुछ भी मिलने वाला नहीं है. हमें अपनी स्ट्रेंथ पर, FTAs की स्ट्रेंथ पर आगे बढ़ना है और ये हमें करना पड़ेगा. हमारे पास इसके अलावा कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है. सो प्लीज फॉलो दिस केयर. important because we have to achieve these targets of 2000 billion. I have given you examples from ceramic. I have also told you where to look at these things. 5 years data is already available with the council. Council can share that with you. And as a net result, you will be able to target your next export. You will be able to see, start studying all countries of EU, start studying Africa. Make sure that you reach that target. That is critically important. And study FTAs properly. हमारी आदतें कुछ ऐसी है, जैसे हम बजट सुनते हैं तो बजट में हम क्या देखते हैं, यार इनकम टैक्स में कुछ चेंज हुआ, कुछ नहीं हुआ, अच्छा इसमें कुछ चेंज हुआ है, इनडायरेक्ट टैक्सेस में कुछ चेंज हुआ, जीएसटी का रेट बदला है, नहीं कुछ नहीं बदला है. इफ दिस इज द केस, हमारी कमेंट क्या होती है मालूम है, बजट में दम नहीं है. स्मॉल चेंजेस व्हिच मैटर फॉर द बिजनेस वी नॉर्मली not look into. You look at the changes. Unless until the changes are understood, implemented by you, you will find it difficult. And therefore, this has to be understood. It is my habit to give a thought. And I'm a great fan of Buddha. I'm a great fan of, actually speaking, a student of Zen Buddhism. So I'll spend just 1 minute on this. What is Zen Buddhism? Zen is a practice followed in Japan. And this talks of precision, being precise, being perfect, being things, doing well, best. And Buddha is one person, हमारी पूरी हिस्ट्री में एक ही आदमी है जो ये कहता है कि no God is responsible, you are responsible for what you do. Good or bad, you will do. आपके karma will bring benefits to you. आपके karma will bring punishments to you. So take care of your own karmas. Combination of this. Then I thought, what creating a thought for today's workshop, and the thought that came to my mind, I selected this thought: your fear change, yet you forget that life is an adventure. New situations will always be seen. Nothing stays the same. Everything changes and we become stagnant. Either we accept, be into adventure, change yourself, or become stagnant. The question is, everybody wants progress. And therefore, the most critical aspect we need to understand is everything changes. FTA also changes the ground situation of your business. So please look into it very, very carefully. Study in depth. Don't leave anything unread. Everything is available online. Study it well so that you can look at this aspect. So thank you so much. I hope this will help you navigate your business. This will help you extend your global footprint. And now I would be open to question answers. So please feel free to ask any questions, whatever you might feel. I would like to answer them. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing deeply thought process and also the knowledge shared with the industry. Sir, meanwhile, I just want to, request you that a couple of requests I have received in the, chat box to show the Indian trade portal practically. So with your kind permission, should I share?
Yeah, please.
Just, and they are mostly interested in the 69072100, if I am not mistaken. Mostly are there, this thing.
Okay.
So, should I share how to, whatever you have told to, this thing?
You just read out, I will answer. Because please try and understand. I have used one HS code for giving complete understanding of that HS code.
Yes.
For any HS code, you use the same principle. Websites are same, details are same. Right. And statistics, you have already shared with me, statistics is also available. So whether product A or product B doesn't make any change. If you understand one concept, because suppose there are 13 products or 15 major products being exported, it's not possible to incorporate everything in the PPT. Then it becomes too large and it becomes boring. People even don't understand. So I thought of explaining it one, but all questions I will answer. And if somebody has some specific problem, that also I will answer.
So can I take 2 to 3 minutes, sir, for this thing? Because couple of, just to show them, practically show them this thing.
Yeah, you can show them, no problem. Yeah.
Just a minute. Nilesh ji, would you like to say something? Meanwhile,
सर
I'm sharing.
या क्वेश्चन आंसर थोड़ा जो कॉमन होगा मैंने नोट किया है उसके रिगार्डिंग सबसे बात करना है ताकि काफी लोगों का जो क्वेश्चन है उसमें आ जाएगा ऑलमोस्ट। तो बिफोर कुछ कहना तो आप कह दीजिए, उसके बाद मेरा जो क्वेश्चन है मैं लेता हूं।
Before that, I just want to, show them, the participants, the practical about the Indian trade portal. Okay. And the summarize what sir has already told. Just a minute. Okay. Dilip ji, can I share from my end?
Yes, sir.
Dilip ji, can you come over here? Is it showing? Or yes. Is it visible?
No, sir, not yet.
দিলীপ জি, আমি এটা প্রথমে আসতে চাইছি, এটাকে আমি শো করতে চাইছি। কোনটা? এটা
এবার যেটা দেখাবে সেটাতে ক্লিক করুন।
Is it visible now?
Yes, it is visible now.
Okay. So what sir told you that first you need to, find out the first, top 10, markets, okay, where your product is going. So you can get it from the ministry website also. Ministry, you can see that commerce.gov.in, and you can see from the trade statistics. I have selected the trade statistics. Then go to the export import ban. Then okay. I believe that it is visible. Go to the exports. Commodity wise exports, then commodity wise all countries. Put your HS code over here, 69072100. You type month is March 25 US $1 million financial year. Submit. Okay. Then April to March 2025. You can click over here and it will come, okay, from highest to lowest, like that way. So you can see that 69072100, our highest exports during April to March 25 is to the countries like Russia, UAE, USA, Iraq, UK, Mexico, Israel, Poland, Kuwait, like that way, Vietnam. Okay. So first, 10 countries you can see over here from the ministry website. Okay. Now coming to the point of the Indian trade portal. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
It is visible. So ITC HS code, you just 6-digit maximum here. It can take 690721. 00 will not take because 6-digit. First you have to do it on 6-digit. Okay. Then fine. You can see over here the both are 690721. There are fine line differences between the product description. Okay. Coefficient by weight not exceeding 0.5%. Okay, like that way, or whatever, maybe of water absorption. Okay, this way. So you can find this product description. So I am taking the first one and go to the click to the export button, like that way. You can see 69072100. That means 8-digit. Okay, you can see the 8-digit over here. Click the button. Next. Now you can see the countries. What has already been, this thing was shown to you in the PPTs. So you can select over here these are the region, like that way. Okay, EU, Mercosur, every region is over there. Okay, all that, and here it is the country specific. Okay, so you can select, okay, Bangladesh, Germany, 5 countries at a time. You can select Japan. Okay, and whatever maybe the this thing, USA, UAE, not more than 5. Go to the next. 3, 5. Next. Oh, sorry. This page is not working.
बैक जाइए, आ जाएगा। थोड़ा बताता हूँ, मैंने अभी किया था, सेम एरर था। बैक जाइए।
कुछ हाँ। So
इसमें हमको सिलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा।
yeah. So all these things here it is okay. 1005. Next. So you can see over here what is shown to you on the PPT. Okay, this is the first one is Bangladesh. What is the tariffs? Okay, 25% most favored nation, 25% no preference. Okay, in case of Germany, it's 5% no preference. In case of Japan, that is the comprehensive economic partnership agreement tariff. As per comprehensive economic partnership agreement tariff, it is 0. In that case, CTSH and the 35% regional value content. Okay, most favored nation is 1.7%. And general system of preference is 0, like that way. Okay, whatever shown in the PPT. I believe okay, that's all have been shown in the PPT. Any question on this? Is it okay? Whatever this thing we have received the question in the chat box, that please show us practically how to calculate. After that, as per the discussion or as per the this session, you can go ahead. Is it okay?
I have
Yes, sir,
actually
it is visible.
That's all. Sir, yes, sir.
those 6 slides I have included only for this purpose. That how
Yes.
even I have written there. Take the mouse, click on this. That much I have written.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Okay. Now I will this thing. Pass on this thing for open the forum for question answer session. Yeah. One after another you can. And meanwhile, I just request all of you, please switch on your videos because we need to take a few screenshots to submit to the ministry. All of you, please switch on your videos, and Dilipji, please take screenshot. And please, 2 things, please put your feedback. I have given the link over there in the chat box, okay, for your feedback. As of now, we have received only the 8 feedback. So we are, requesting all the participants to submit their feedback on the session. Yeah. Go for the question answer session, please. Nilesh ji,
थैंक यू साहब, आपने काफी अच्छा समझाया और मेरे को लगता है हमारे काफी एक्सपोर्टर है उसको भी अच्छा लगा होगा ये प्रोग्राम। साहब मेरे को याद है जब हमने सेपा एग्रीमेंट यूएई के साथ किया था, उसके पहले यूएई हमारे पास 5% सिरामिक टाइल्स के ऊपर ड्यूटी लेती थी और 42% और 106% अलग अलग 2-3 एंटी डंपिंग पार्ट थे, तो करीबन ऑलमोस्ट 47% ड्यूटी हमारा यूएई में जाता था। सेपा एग्रीमेंट हुआ, फिर हम मिनिस्ट्री में भी बात किया, यूएई मिनिस्ट्री में भी बात किया, उसके बाद उसने सेपा एग्रीमेंट के थ्रू 4.5% ड्यूटी में हमारा माल एक्सपोर्ट होना स्टार्ट हुआ। और आज पिछले 2 साल से जब से ये लगा है, हम सेपा एग्रीमेंट के थ्रू एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। हमारा यूएई का जो एक्सपोर्ट है वो काफी बड़ा है। अभी मैं जो एनालिसिस कर रहा था उसमें खास करके ओमान के साथ भी हमारा एग्रीमेंट है, मेक्सिको ने भी हमारा एंटी डंपिंग का प्रोसेस चालू है, यूरोपियन यूनियन में जर्मनी है, इंडोनेशिया है, थाईलैंड है, वियतनाम है, अफ्रीका, तो ऐसे काफी कंट्री है सर जिसमें हमारा एंटी डंपिंग या तो ऑन प्रोसेस है या एंटी डंपिंग को कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं। मैं पूरा लिस्ट आपको भेजूंगा कुंतल जी के थ्रू। हमको ये जानना है कि जहां पे एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी है और हमने जैसे सेपा के थ्रू यूएई में विदाउट एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी हमारा माल एक्सपोर्ट हम कर रहे हैं, तो ये कंट्री में हम कैसे ये रास्ता खोल सकते हैं और इसमें क्या टेक्निकली मतलब आप मदद कर सकते हैं और इसमें रास्ता क्या है?
बताता हूँ। एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी तब लगती है जब सामने वाली गवर्नमेंट ये सोचती है कि जो प्रोडक्ट आप बेच रहे हो इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ अनफेयर ट्रेड प्रैक्टिस। अनफेयर ट्रेड प्रैक्टिस का मतलब है लोकल में आप एक प्रोडक्ट $2 इक्विवेलेंट बेच, वो जर्मनी को $75 में बेच रहे हो, तो आप हमें ये समझाइए कि ये प्राइस कम क्यों है। पहली बात, एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी का इन्वेस्टिगेशन आप देखेंगे तो उसमें कई सारी चीजें जो पूछी जाती है। एक बड़ा प्रॉब्लम इंडिया में ये है कि एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी लग गई एक पार्टी पे, क्वेश्चनर आता है, एक्सपोर्टर्स उसको भरते नहीं है, आंसर कलेक्टिव नहीं होता, आंसर इंडिविजुअल हो जाता है, या 2-3 लोग आंसर करते हैं, बाकी आंसर नहीं करते। कई लोगों को पता भी नहीं है कि एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी में कौन से एलिमेंट कवर होते हैं।
नहीं
सबसे
सर,
पहला
सर मैं रुकूंगा थोड़ा, आपको एंटी डंपिंग
हाँ।
के मोरबी का और हमारी इंडस्ट्री का आपको कल्चर बता दूं। हमारी इंडस्ट्री में मोर देन 80% है जिसने पीएचडी कर लिया एंटी डंपिंग का, क्योंकि पिछले 10 साल से हमारे ऊपर काम चालू है। 6-7 साल से एंटी डंपिंग लगना स्टार्ट हुआ है और हम लोग काफी एग्रेसिवली वो सब कंट्री में एक्सपोर्ट करते थे। तो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चनर पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करना या डेटा नहीं देना, वो मेंटालिटी से ये इंडस्ट्री बाहर है। तो सबको पता है, पूरा एसोसिएशन और हमारी कैपेक्सिल की टीम उसका सबको बताते हैं कि भाई ऐसा ऐसा है। पार्टिसिपेट ना करे वो बात अलग है, बहुत कोई लोग, बाकी ऐसा नहीं कि एंटी डंपिंग का जो पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहिए ना करे ऐसा। तो ये स्थिति इंडस्ट्री की है अभी, सबको पता है, मतलब एंटी डंपिंग का डर भी पता है और उसकी साइड इफेक्ट भी पता है।
तो फिर आप एक काम करिए, एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी लगाने वाली जो गवर्नमेंट एजेंसी है डीजीटीआर, डायरेक्टर जनरल ट्रेड रेमेडीज, उनसे अपॉइंटमेंट लेके बात करिए, आपके मेरिट्स लेके बात करिए, उस हिसाब से इंडस्ट्री एसोसिएशन के थ्रू एक कॉम्पोजिट रिप्लाई बनाइए, उनको दीजिए, लेट देम टेक इट अप विद द कंट्री जो एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी लगा रही है, क्योंकि एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी लगाना हर कंट्री का एस्पेक्ट है। जैसे इंडिया चाइना के खिलाफ एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी लगाती है, तो इंडिया क्या करती है, इंडिया सेंड्स अ क्वेश्चन आयर टू चाइना, वहां के मैन्युफैक्चरर उसका जवाब देते हैं, उसके बाद मेरी गवर्नमेंट उसको एग्जामिन करती है, उसमें सच झूठ क्या है सोचती है, उसके बाद एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी लगती है, बगैर इन्वेस्टिगेशन के तो लग नहीं सकती। तो जो भी आपके मेरिट्स है यू शुड एक्सप्लेन इट टू डीजीटीआर, और अगर उसमें कुछ अनजस्टिफाइड लगा है तो दे कैन टेक इट अप थ्रू इंडियन एम्बेसी और थ्रू मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स, दैट्स द ओनली ऑप्शन।
सर
क्योंकि
वो
उस
सर
कंट्री
हमने ऑलरेडी कर दिया है। हमारा क्वेश्चन ये है,
आप को ये बोलेंगे,
हाँ।
नहीं, मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल बताता हूँ, कल वो ये बोलेंगे कि आपने बनाया नहीं, दूसरी जगह से कहीं से प्रोडक्ट आ रहा है, आप खाली लेबलिंग करके भेज रहे हो। एनीथिंग एंड एवरीथिंग कैन बी सेड, हमको जस्टिफाई करना पड़ेगा अपने मेरिट्स पर कि ऐसा नहीं है, ये प्रोडक्ट इज मेड इन इंडिया, दिस इज द कॉम्पोजिशन, दिस इज वैल्यू एडिशन हैज टेकन प्लेस, दिस इज हाउ इट इज नॉट अ अनफेयर ट्रेड प्रैक्टिस, जो हम कर रहे हो फेयर ट्रेड प्रैक्टिस है, और मिनिस्ट्री ही इसको रिप्रेजेंट कर सकती है एट द गवर्नमेंट लेवल।
मतलब मेरा
हम करेंगे।
समझ गया सर आपका। मेरे को सिंपल क्वेश्चन ये है कि हमारा जहाँ पे फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट है वहां पे हम पूरा डेटा एनालिसिस आपका सलाह ले, मिनिस्ट्री में जाए, ये हो सकता है कि वो फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट में वो एंटी डंपिंग हट जाए?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, वो कर सकते हैं, डेटा स्टडी कर सकते हैं, उसका रिप्लाई बना सकते हैं, दैट हेल्प वी कैन डू, नो प्रॉब्लम।
ओके,
दैट वी विल टेक्निकली केस को सॉलिड बनाना, एग्जामिन करना, पॉइंट्स चेक करना, ये सब कर सकते हैं, उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं।
Any other question?
कुंदन जी, may I come in?
या अनिल कुमार जी कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं? हाँ धनंजय जी।
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, first of all, my sincere thanks for your presentation, sir. Your insights and expertise, sir, it's very useful for our members. Sir, with regards to ceramics, in fact, we were looking for something specific. What we basically mean is, sir, what I understand is, sir, for the ceramic styles, our major competitors in UK, specifically for India-UK treaty, with China, Spain, Belgium, Italy, Turkey are our major competitors. And China has got somewhere around average duty of 5.7% in UK. And all other European countries like Spain, Belgium, Italy, and Turkey, they have a zero duty. So this India-UK FTA, one of the advantage for India is, sir, we are becoming more competitive than China. Becoming a zero duty, we are going to be about China.
Yes.
So this is very, very important for our members. because the one of the leading our larger competitors on the duties become 5.7 and we are becoming 0. Sir, the entire list, HS code wise, the CAPEXIL has prepared it. What is the duty for ceramic tiles and post FTA? I mean, which are the becoming a 0 duty that we will be sharing with our members. This secondly, sir, I have a question for you, sir. When you this is regarding the rule of origin, sir. As per the India-UK rule of origin, it says that exporters can give the self certification in the rule of origin products. You know, this is what it says. That means as an exporter, he can self-certificate and give the certificate of origin. No need of giving the certificates.
Try and understand. This would be similar to REC system in EU.
Okay.
In EU, what EU says, you become the importer, you get registered on the REC system.
Okay, okay.
You give declaration on the invoice, that will be accepted.
So that means initially for registering it, you have a lot of issues.
Yeah, that might be, but that is bound to be, na?
Okay.
See, anywhere when you want to check the product really be coming from that particular country, whether it qualifies the rules of origin or not, every country is going to. We also do the same thing. Why Carotar was introduced in India?
Okay.
The worry was the Chinese goods are being routed through other Asian countries. We do not want to give them open market access. Every country will do that. That is why compliance with rules of origin is important. Once the non-tariff notification is issued, that will make clear on this particular aspect what is the actual steps to be followed. Do you need to go to Export Inspection Council and get it, or you will be able to certify yourself?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, just need two more things clarification. What is the trade facilitation provided under the FTA, and also value chain integration benefit for this UK FTA?
Trade facilitation will come mostly in electronic documentation.
Okay.
99%. Rest everything, acceptance of laboratories in India, that is part of MRAs, mutual recognition agreements as and when signed.
Okay.
Otherwise, whatever is India, UK, both are party to trade facilitation agreement of WTO.
Okay.
So refer trade facilitation agreement of 2017. That is what is likely to be accepted.
Okay. And what about value chain integrations are going to happen for this?
Value chain is a very, primarily it's more of a opening of a subsidiary or having a joint venture agreement. It depends on which industry they want to invest. It depends on which industry we want to invest. Based on that, it will go through.
So specific to ceramics, I am talking about, sir, because I don't think we have around raw material. Actually, maybe some countries we are importing the raw material and then we are making the ceramics and sanitary products.
From which countries you are importing the raw material?
Nilesh bhai will be able to sell this. Nilesh bhai?
सर हमारा रॉ मटेरियल का जितना भी यूज होता है वो मोर देन 10% से ज्यादा नहीं है. 80% 90% हमारा रॉ मटेरियल है वो इंडियन है.
ओके. नो बट कौन सी कंट्री से आ रहा है?
इसमें ऑलमोस्ट यूरोप से भी है और थोड़ा बहुत जो है मशीनरी पार्ट वो चाइना से. बाकी थोड़ा बहुत तुर्की का था. बाकी कोई मेनली यूरोप है चाइना.
यूरोप का होगा तो if EU has agreement with UK and European material is coming, accumulation will be accepted. That is detailing of it. Once you sign the EU agreement, it will come. Like you can never fight with Poland. You can never fight with Belgium because the goods are anyway entering zero duty. They were part of economic union. So that can't be questioned, na?
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nilesh bhai जो बोल रहा है, that is also only 10% of the ingredients. So,
less than 10%.
No, that goes under accumulation. If you look at the REC system, you will get an idea where they say EU accumulation. Same thing will come in UK accumulation. If UK has entered into agreements with, now in US, I was checking this. USA क्या कहता है? Reciprocal non-reciprocal tariff भी हम लगा रहे हैं, reciprocal tariff भी हम लगा रहे हैं, और उसमें एक पैरा उन्होंने ऐड किया है कि if you are importing material from US, then that value component will not be treated for the purpose of duty. और एक केस हमारे यहाँ प्रैक्टिकली में ऐसी हुई है कि 50% रॉ मटेरियल यूएस से आया और बाकी सब एडिशन करके $100 का मटेरियल गया, $50 का इंपोर्ट था. Duty applicable will be on $50 only. It says on US origin material we will not charge any duty. It all depends on what negotiation.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Very good, sir. Any more question? Any more question? Jai Patel is there? Jai is there?
मेरा एक सवाल है सुधाकर जी को. हेलो.
हाँ अनिल जी बताइए.
हाँ जी, तो मैं नीलेश भाई के सवाल से मैं आगे पूछ रहा हूँ. When we are talking about anti-dumping, typically we've been speaking to a few countries officials on the premise of anti-dumping. So उनका जो premise था वो ये था कि they constantly study the import prices fluctuations coming from the same country. So they allow a kind of 10 to 15% of price differences. As an example, ये चीज ओमान में भी हुई थी, ये चीज एक और कंट्री में हुई थी कि अगर आपका एवरेज इंपोर्ट प्राइस फॉर एग्जांपल $4 रहा है या $4.30 रहा है, तो वो अलाउेबल होता है. व्हेन देयर इज अ सीरियस वेरिएशन इन इंपोर्ट प्राइसेस, जहां पे आपका 6-7 महीने 4 से 4.30 रहा है, सडनली यू आर गेटिंग इंपोर्ट प्राइसेस ऑफ 350. So they take it as an abnormal pricing from a same country wherein आपका इतना ज्यादा differences कहाँ से आ सकता है? Can we have a kind of a support from CAPEXIL to fix a minimum price benchmarking for countries so that we don't end up in these kind of problems? Because ये तो होते रहने वाला है. आज अगर 5 कंट्री में एंटी डंपिंग लगी है, कल को 5 में और आएगा because of the kind of desperation we are and desperate situation we are in and the desperate pricing and credit policies we are getting in. So there has to be some solution from CAPEXIL or from unified manufacturing bodies that we should be defining a minimum bench pricing and terms to particular countries.
I can give you an example where this has worked well. That is, you might be knowing this already, is something called LME pricing, London Metal Exchange, with reference to metals. And that was always referred as a basic price, that okay, plus minus what? How much margins are to be added? Something of this sort you can request Government of India to work on. But again, it's a very serious question. How many people would like to disclose their prices? People say this is our, this is our confidential information. We would not like to disclose. But in given circumstances of today, even this is happening in India. Let me give you that example. You file a bill of entry for imports. Now, government uses artificial intelligence. For the same HS code, 30 bill of entries are filed and 20 bill of entries are in the average price of $95 to $105. And one bill of entry suddenly 80. Government will pick up that particular, customs will pick up that particular, go into details of it. How come you are, is it under invoicing? Is it money laundering? Is it this? Is it that? Every country is going to look at these aspects. But standard pricing for a particular product, yes, that initiative can be taken by the line ministry where the ceramics come under and negotiate with the other countries and think of that, okay, at least for European Union, let's have one standard pricing that this should be considered as basic pricing. Something of this sort can be looked into.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because in Europe, there are different tariffs for different manufacturers.
Yes, it's possible.
What is typically is going to happen in industry over there, they have the average pricing of, as an example, 420. is come down to 280, 290, which is a variation of
Yeah.
more than 25-30%. So which is abnormal, and finding it that we are underselling the product in place than in India. So आप इस चीज से एग्री कर सकते हो मेरे ख्याल से, जो मैं बोलना चाह रहा हूँ.
So you can approach the government. You can say this is the practical problem in this industry, and therefore you set some standards.
Problem है as a manufacturer we are united.
Tolerance
हमें जहाँ
limit also
जगह
plus.
है वहाँ पे हम घुसने की कोशिश करते हैं.
That's the only option, because this is what exactly has happened in metal exchange. Originally, when it started, that price is very.
Right.
Let's fix some basic standard that without this cannot be manufactured below this price. तो ये price तो होनी चाहिए.
Right.
Sir, in that industry, ceramic industry, there is another proponent that you cannot stop my competitiveness, okay, towards offering my price as far or as long as I am not compromising with the quality. Okay, this question has already been raised in the this thing, no? Manufacturing industry, ceramic industry, khas karke, they are very aggressive about that, okay, to capture the world market, as you know. They're so aggressive that overnight they can reach to any country across the globe if they are getting some orders like that way, and seeing that sort of promising market. Okay, so other proponent is that you cannot stop my competitiveness by offering the competitive price.
I am not disputing this. I am not disputing this at all. But the concept of anti-dumping duty originates from the concept of unfair trade. If it is a fair trade, I have no question to ask you. If it is unfair trade, now where I believe trade is unfair, there only I am going to ask the question. So when you go into investigation, it says, send a questionnaire to exporter, send a questionnaire to importer, get their details, study those details, then come to conclusion. So there is a proper system set for this.
Right.
कुंतल जी आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है.
Any more question from the participants? Any more question? I believe that there is no more question. Anyway, so in this scenario, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for be with us and also share with valued knowledge and the thought process with the industry. And as of now, sir, whatever the feedback we have received, around 20-25 feedbacks we have received, and most of them have more than 99%, and almost I should say that 100% they are telling it's a really very useful session. Okay, and few have suggested that it should be more of a this 690721 as I told. Okay, anyway, 100% said it's a very useful session, and 90 almost more than 80% have requested CAPEXIL to do it on a regular basis and periodical basis. That sort of session. It's really good feedback. We are thankful to the participants. We're really thankful to the participants for having their feedback. And we request you again to submit your feedback to the link I have given in the chat box. Okay, and also registered yourself, those who want to have the PPT presentation of Kasture sir. Because after this session, Kasture sir will share this PPT with us and we'll send you through, your email ID, to your email ID. Now,
I'll send it to you today itself, don't worry.
Please, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to request Sri 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐺, Senior Vice Chairman of the Ceramic Panel of CAPEXIL, to have his vote of thanks, please. Over to 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐺.
You are on mute, sir.
थैंक यू कुंतल जी. आज कुंतल जी हमारा पहला प्रोग्राम ऐसा लगता है मेरे को 5 साल में जो हमारा दिन में सुबह में रहा है, और ये प्रोग्राम में सबसे ज्यादा पार्टिसिपेट भी रहे. मतलब ये काफी यूजफुल प्रोग्राम था, और मैं चाहता हूँ कि अगेन एक बार हम सुधाकर जी का टाइम लेके और एक बार करेंगे दूसरे इंडस्ट्री और ये इंडस्ट्री से भी. तो थैंक यू सुधाकर जी. खास करके जो हमारे सीनियर चेयरमैन साहब है घोष साहब, उसने भी ये इनिशिएटिव लिया था कि ऐसा प्रोग्राम होना चाहिए, तो मैं उसका भी स्पेशल थैंक्स मानता हूँ कि होस्ट साहब हमेशा सिरामिक इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए जो है वो ट्राई करते हैं कि भाई कुछ ना कुछ इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए नया कुछ होता रहे। और यूपी कैप से भी कोई मेंबर है उसका भी मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ। हमारे सभी जो इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट है, फिर हर एक अलग अलग एसोसिएशन के वेरियस एसोसिएशन जो भी प्रेसिडेंट है उसका भी मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ। खास करके सुधाकर कस्तूरी जी का, जिसने काफी अच्छा जो है आज जो हमको गाइड दिया है, जो नॉलेज दिया है, और सभी पार्टिसिपेट और सभी एक्सपोर्टर का कैपेक्सिल के बिहाफ से मैं आप सबका शुक्रगुजार हूँ। आज का जो ये प्रोग्राम है वो आने वाले समय में जो हमारे इंडस्ट्रीज का एंटी डंपिंग का इश्यू है और वो कंट्री में हमारा फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट है, वहाँ पे ये काफी यूजफुल रहेगा। और आगे जैसे भी इंडिया यूके ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट हुआ है उसमें आगे और जहाँ भी एग्रीमेंट होगा वहाँ पे भी हम ट्राई करेंगे कि हमारा एचएसएन कोड है वो कैपेक्सिल के थ्रू वहाँ पे पहुंचे और ये इंडस्ट्री जो है वो आज जो है उससे भी ज्यादा अच्छा बेहतर करे। और सब जुड़े उसका मैं आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। और साथों साथ अभी एक कैपेक्सिल की तरफ से एक प्लानिंग है पार्टिसिपेट करने का, एशियन सिरामिक एंड स्टोन थाईलैंड के अंदर, उसका डिटेल भी कुंतल जी देंगे। तो जिन इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट को थाईलैंड मार्केट में एंटर करना है उसके लिए गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटी है। साथ साथ इम्पैक्ट एग्जीबिशन जो है, तो 2 एग्जीबिशन जो है उसके अंदर हम पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं। आने वाले समय में अगेन सुधाकर जी आप थोड़ा समय निकाल के
जरूर
किया है, तो अगेन आपके सब इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट की तरफ से, कैपेक्सिल की तरफ से आपका भी शुक्रगुजार है। और जो भी पार्टिसिपेट आज जुड़े उसका हम कैपेक्सिल की तरफ से आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। और खास करके कुंतल जी और दयानंदन जी भी जो है और पूरी हमारी दिल्ली की जो कैपेक्सिल की टीम है उन सबका भी आभार व्यक्त करते हैं कि ऐसे प्रोग्राम इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए किए हैं और इससे आगे जाके इंडस्ट्रीज को फायदा मिलेगा। थैंक यू। अस्तु।
Thank you, Nilesh ji. With this, I believe that we must end the session. And once again, I'm dropping my details. For those who are having this thing interested to get in touch with me, just write to me. I am dropping the details over here in the chat box. Please note it down. And also, anytime, any moment, okay, you can call me up or this thing, send me the mail. Okay. Just a minute. I believe that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
चलो, थैंक यू कुंतल जी।
Thank you, Nilesh ji. And now we are having this thing now. Ending up the meeting. Okay. So, Dilip ji, you just save these messages. Okay. And close the session.
Okay, thank you.